Boom. We are here and Rogue has been released. I'm so excited because this has been a long time coming. Let me go ahead and drop that trailer for you that well, since you're here and for those watching the replay.
Go out. Eat good. Have a good conversation. Let someone be nice to you without assuming there's a trap behind it. If he's a player, you'll figure it out. And if he is, then he just becomes a funny story, not a wound.
So, I'd like to see you again. I'd like to take you out somewhere nicer next time.
Next.
You never leave your enemy alive.
Hey, I ain't scared.
I ain't scared neither because that's what we do. I'm still trying to doing too much with being live on we're live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So have a lot going on trying to manage all of these at the same time. But look, we're here to celebrate. That's all. I am waiting for my peoples to join, everybody be on their own little time. But it's okay because everybody gonna pop in and out when they want to with this. But what I want to know is who all have watched. Who has watched Rogue right now already? That's what I want to know. Hey Fred, how you doing?
Okay, now I'm running right now, so I'm here though.
Okay. Oh, I heard some people mad at you. Some people are mad at you, talking about they don't trust you now. They don't trust you no more. But it's cool. You running. I'm gonna get back to when you're not running. You can answer that question on why they don't trust you right now. So that's it for now. Hold on. Oh shoot. Let me show these comments so I can see because this comments already adding up from the different platforms. It's a little delay, just so you know, depending on which platform you're on, it's a couple of seconds behind. I think it's 10 seconds behind. So don't be talking about me when I'm saying something and you don't understand because it's the short delay. Hey, Florist, Ruben, Keith. Hey, y'all. So I'm so excited. I don't know what to say because I'm so excited. I could start with the background of why I decided to do Rogue because that has been a question. The reason I decided to do Rogue is because that old movie, like Surviving the Game, I used to love that show with Ice-T when he was a homeless man and they wanted to give him a job. And they basically were like, we're going to take you to the woods and you're going to have to fight for your life, whatever. So like that was the main premise. How can I create something like that? But I wanted to make it more relevant to today. And I wanted to take a play on the red pill content that's going on with what could be the worst scenario for a woman in this case, but also what could be the worst scenario for men if they tried a woman like that, because everybody isn't prey. So that's kind of where I went with the concept of that. But I'm excited. I'm still waiting for everybody. Y'all got me a little nervous today because we had a little delay with Rogue dropping. We were given one day and then it dropped 2 weeks later. But that's what happens with distribution. That's like one of the things. But I think it came out when it was supposed to, and that's what actually matters in this case. It came out when it needed to. Hold on. Okay. Hi, Tobias.
Good morning.
Good morning. Look, I'm over here, your EP over here trying to get it together because she decided to stream on multiple platforms. So I'm trying to make sure all of them connected, showing up. You know, I be doing too much. Team do too much. Team do too much.
Look,
But
look, look. It's rather be too much than not enough.
oh God, you got that right. You absolutely got that right. So I'm trying to.
Tobias, what's up?
You know, that's one of my favorite parts. I was cracking up.
Yeah, that one that was too funny, and it was unscripted, which made it even funnier because we were running 2 units at the time, so that's what made it even funnier because
Absolutely.
we weren't around to see that happen. He was with Jonathan and made that happen, so I didn't see it until I started editing, and so that I fell out.
You know, some of those improv moments are some of the best. I was watching some coverage yesterday. They were talking about Black Panther when they was in the throne room, and he said something about the bald head demon. That whole thing was improvised. So, but those be the classic moments that people remember.
Right, like it's too funny. I'm trying to see, is it streaming on YouTube? Yeah. Ooh, no, no, hold on. I'm getting feedback. Okay, my bad. Because I'm clicking on the multiple platforms to see if it's working. So I had to check real quick, but I cut it back off. So, Tobias, I have a question.
Yes.
What made you want to be a part of Rogue? Uh, Let me see. I don't know if I want to ask you as as a producer first.
As a producer, when I first heard about the project, now you know this EP I work with, her mind goes a million miles an hour. So she literally had went on this road trip and came back with an entire script. So one of the things that I love about the way that your mind works, I think that some of the creatives that are able to take some of their life experiences and incorporate different things and bring it to fruition, it has some of the most dynamic aspects to it because it's so real. So this character of Rogue to be, you know, to first to be this beautiful character. You know, when you see her, you don't see rough and tough of what people would think. You know,
Right.
but the fact that she has these tactical survival skills, I think that it gives a lot of different I forgot what is the word they usually call. They'll say like they give like little like foreshadowing things like that to be able to realize that there are certain lessons. You can't judge a book by its character, you know, by its cover. You really never know what the situation or what people have been through. So the
Right.
fact that she was able to change the result of what happened and having these people think that she's weak and see that she's a view as a victim and she turns it around. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta jump on this. I love the dynamics of it. I love the surprise. I love the tactical piece of it. And one of my passions is stunt work. So I got into stunt work very early, you know, with rigging jackets on and fighting 20 feet in the air and all those things really I love those factors about what we do on film and as filmmakers. So I definitely wanted to be a part of it.
Speaking of stunts, what is because I know you're a pretty big guy, pretty intimidating. Where did you get like your stunt background from? Because a lot of people don't know that you can do stunts like prior to this.
Yes. So initially when I was cast for Black Panther, they was just like, man, you're a big guy. You know, so we're gonna find we want to find a stunt double for you. So it's
Hmm.
like, well, you know, we want to find someone that actually has the same size and essence of you. And then the stunt coordinator came to me and he was like, well, look, I'm trying to, you know, find someone. He said, not someone that really that I'm seeing fits it. He said, but you're welcome to, um, to train with me. And I say my whole thing was just like, I feel that it's always advantageous to make yourself marketable, to be open to taking on different skills. I said, you know what, I'll hop on and take it on.
Oh,
And once I
okay.
started my training with the stunt coordinator from Black Panther, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely where I want to be. I want to add this facet to my experiences. And from there, it went on. And I did several projects. My first SAG project, I was doing stunt work on that way as well. And it was just something that I always just stuck with. And I'm always fascinated with what you're able to bring to the screen. That action. It gives you so much of an appreciation for what all these amazing actors do on screen for us to entertain us.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stunts, let me talk to the stunt man extraordinaire, Rabone. What's up? You're on mute. You muted.
He's still going.
You still talking? You? Yeah. Yeah. Unmute your mic.
Okay, there it is. There it
There you
is.
go. There you go.
All
Hey,
right.
welcome, my brother.
What's going on? Yes.
Yes. Mr. Stunt Man Extraordinaire right there.
Actor, stuntman extraordinaire.
Yes, actor, stunt man, because you're definitely that. Now, I have a question for you since I just asked Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Rogue, what got you into stunts? Because we know you can act too, but what got you into the stunt side? And then I'll circle back to why you wanted to be a part of Rogue.
Okay. So what initially got me into stunts was actually the first Black Panther film. The first Black Panther film, I was just background. I was simply just background on there. But at that point, I've been acting for like 10, 11 years. So that was like 2016, 2017. So I'd already been acting for like 10, 11 years at that point. And I just wanted to be a part of Black Panther because I've been a huge comic book fan and a huge fan of that character, like since the 90s, since I was really into comics. And I didn't care what position it was, so, I went on to whatever site it was, applied for the BG work. And then I immediately got the Border Tribe job. And so I was like, all right, that's cool and everything. And so I remember getting the email. They were like, you're going to be training with the stunt team, but you are not stunts. You're not stunts. I was like, all right, cool. I get it. I'm background, whatever. But then, we get there and we start like training with the stunt team. Like it's like 20 so of us BG, 20 so of the like SAG stunt performers. And we kind of start mirroring their training, like the weapon stuff, the physical stuff, the rolling, the moving, the stretching, etc. And then they start kind of like mixing us in their group to kind of do some of the fight choreo. Now, mind you, we were only there for 2 days. They had been there for at least 2 weeks plus training and getting this choreo. And then we went out there for like a month and we shot, like the big fight scene at the end where the Dora Milaje and the Border Tribe are fighting. And so we were doing all that stuff and we were really kind of in it. I'm like, this isn't exactly background work, but it opened my eyes up to like, hey, I need to be doing this too, because, I have a military background, martial arts background, a little bit, very physical. So it's like, I understand this stuff, and stunts is really all it is acting, but with the physical side of it. And it's like, I already have that acting side, understanding character, understanding story, understanding those things. And it just went from there. Got with the guys and just trained and kept working. And here we are.
I love it. And I want to say one of the key things about this is that we all were on Black Panther. So that's what that's why I keep smiling, because I think I missed that you were on Black Panther. I knew Phaedra, I knew Tobias, and myself. I did a lot of the pre-production part up until we actually got to filming, because I was supposed to fill in for Okoye.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's because I did a lot for her on The Walking Dead, so I kind of just got pulled over there. But once we got to Black Panther and stuff, even though we were real cool, we were everything, they gave me that note that said, "Girl, you too light skinned."
See, and that was a funny note on the first one, not the second one, not Wakanda Forever, but on the first one, basically everybody was either had to be my complexion or darker. Like if you I might almost been too light, But it was funny because like on the first Black Panther, like there was really no one I would say lighter than me. But then it's funny, like we came back and we did reshoots, or when we came back for Infinity War, when they went to Wakanda, you had a whole lot of light-skinned Black folks.
Yeah.
it was more diverse.
But it was so funny because like I did all the pre-production almost from like 6 months out, I was with them location scouting. I was doing a lot
Wow.
with them. I
So
was
were you,
trying to,
were you set to be her stand-in?
huh?
Were you set
I
to
was,
be like her stand-in or stunt double or
I
something?
was supposed to be her stand-in, light stunts, and body double.
Wow. Okay.
So, but I just got roped into so many things because I had been there so long. Like behind the scenes, it's just like when you're there, you just get pulled in
Yeah. For like, go do this, go do
for so
that.
much. Yeah, for so much. I mean, it's because I had also worked with part of the crew too on Civil War and a whole bunch of other stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a mix in of me just being there. They were just comfortable with me, but then like it hurt my soul when I got that memo right before filming that
Yeah.
you're too light. But it was crazy because a couple weeks later, then it was like, oh my gosh, we can have you back for Shuri. But by then I was on another show, so
Yeah.
that was when hurt my soul,
Yeah. And I believe her stand-in was about your complexion.
Yeah. But it was winter time, and I was in my sugar cookie face.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look, I got a tan now.
Yeah. Summertime now. I forgot about summertime now. You get that golden crust.
Right. But I respect it, and I love. At least I'm thankful for having that behind the scenes process.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to bring it with Ro. What made you decide when you got the sides and everything, and you made your decision to say, yeah, when you got the booking email, what made you want to be a part of Rogue?
Well, I saw your work on donors. And I wanted to be a part of so when I saw like your donor stuff and some of your other work, I just wanted to be a part of whatever the next thing was that you were doing. And then I saw Phaedra was in it and everything. Phaedra, that's the homie, that's like the little sis and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm down. What is it? I want to be a part.
So about your character,
mm-hmm. Leo.
And Fred too, whenever I know you're jumping in and out, so I don't know when you're available to talk, Fred, but just jump in whenever. But your character, Leo, that particular character, he kind of shady.
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of shady, like these red pill, incel, insecure males. Some like that's like they had maybe they mama issues or big sister issues. Maybe they got dumped on when they were trying to date back in the day. They felt insecure, so now they over here trying to take it out on everybody else.
Yeah, that was it. But one thing I'm gonna go back when you guys, this is something different for me that I had as far as having. Well, no, it's not. I've had stunt rehearsals before for keeping secrets.
Mm-hmm.
We did do stunt rehearsals before for that.
That was another one I was familiar with too, keeping secrets. I was like, yeah, whoever this person is, I want to work with them.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Shoot, that's what I mean. Thank you for that. Because a lot of people, they jump in without knowing like your background, so they don't know what to expect from you. But what did you think about the fact that like you and Fred, because Fred was brand new to that, I think.
Mm.
And Tobias for actually having stunt rehearsals prior, because I know a lot of times when we show up for stuff like on the stunt side, because I have worked on the stunt side myself, it's like show up that day and figure it out.
No, yeah, for sure. And it'll be like that on like big projects, like, like big studio, full budget projects. You'll get there on the day and then you're trying to figure it out. Like they might or might not have, but they might have had a stunt rehearsal or a previs that you weren't a part of. And they show you the video and you're trying to like maybe learn it 30 minutes before you shoot. Or maybe you're not even getting that. They're creating it. They're creating it right before you shoot and you're figuring it out. So it was definitely a plus that, you had the forethought to actually have a stunt rehearsal. Like, we were at a good gym, Blue Diamond, shout out to them, shout out to Corey and everything. And to actually get a rehearsal and get some movement and just do things. So on the day, yeah, two of them. So yeah, two rehearsals. Yeah. Like once again, there's big budget shows where you won't even get the one, but yeah, there's definitely a plus because when on the day, it's just easier to just come in and knock it out. And things will probably change on the day, but at least you have a better framework of what to expect as opposed to getting all that information in at that very moment, right before you go.
Okay. And Fred, our newbie to the stunt side.
Yes, yes.
Okay. How was that for you? What made you even, number one, what made you want to even do that character? And because on the casting call, the way that, I wanted to stress that it was heavy stunts because for real, y'all were basically fighting through the whole movie.
Right, right. Yeah, I was I've done some stunt work, but it was all on theater. And but I knew I knew the falls, so I knew how to fall. I just wanted to make sure to, like, okay, take care of the falls, and but definitely take in what you need to do, and that's something that I did. And I was always wanted to do stunts, and it was a big thing for me. So taking in that on the day of, and they're like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Like, hey, I'm willing to do anything and everything that make it look good. So that's how I was.
I love it. I love it. And you have to take a pretty big fall, but you did it. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
You
And
yeah,
hit that flat back good.
I had to take some nice Bayer aspirin after that.
yeah. So it looks so good. Your mama was mad a little bit.
Yeah,
Mad,
she
mad that I
was.
hurt her baby.
Yeah, she was. She was. All you heard was "ooh," and I was like, "All right, mom, it wasn't that bad." I was like,
Yeah.
I had a back plate. It was good. Like, no, you fell so hard. I was like, that's what I was supposed to do. I'm all right.
Right, right. No, that was good. Tobias, what did you think about us actually having stunt rehearsal? Well, you knew ahead of time because you were on the producing side as well as playing Charles. But when we were discussing the stunt rehearsals overall, actually having them, what were your thoughts about that?
Well, I'm a very meticulous person, so I love the fact that the preparation was there. I like the fact that people who haven't worked with AFM were able to see that we're big on protocol, and making sure that what we envision for the production, you're able to see firsthand. You're able to see how we work. We're able to give you the resources that you need in order to be successful. With this project being so stunt heavy, even though people already had the experience, we wanted to make sure that everybody was able to collaborate together and work seamlessly.
Yeah,
Because as a stunt person, you can have in your mind like, okay, this is how I want to operate. But in order for it to go cohesively with the other stunt people that you're working with, you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So, going over the safety part, the protocols of it, being able to work with people that you worked with before and people that you haven't worked with as well, so when you get there on set, it's not like you're trying to figure it out. So I
right.
love the preparation of it.
Right. No, and thank you for that. And I know for all those watching, I know you guys are like, if you haven't seen Rogue, you're like, why are they just talking about the stunts? Because I'm a military woman who made a dang stunt movie. Because look, because I came in this industry as a stand-in on the originals, but I got pulled into the stunt side. I didn't know that I was not supposed to be doing stunts like that. I was just doing whatever they were asking me because it was a new show. I was excited to be a part of it. I had my military background and I was like, look, I'm down for whatever. I didn't know at the time that I should have been getting paid way more than I was getting
Yeah,
paid. And
that was an eye opener for me.
by the time the stunt people showed up, I had already completed the stunt.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
that, and some of the stunt people were standing like on the side. I remember it was funny because it was this one episode like with the witch asylum, and it was me and Jeremy Sample, who's another great stunt guy. We were just playing around at first, and he didn't realize I wasn't the actual stunt woman at the time. But we were rehearsing, we were going through it, and then they were calling for me to go, second team. And I was like, I'll be back. Let me go here. He was like, wait a minute, hold on. But because of me rehearsing the stunts, it made the actress at the time, Maisie, it made her actually be more comfortable with doing the stunt herself, because her and I had already worked together from me being her stand-in. She was like, wait a minute, if you can do this, do you mind me trying it myself? And I was like, yeah. So we were just playing around and I showed her. So she ended up doing the stunt herself that day. And then the stunt person, when she showed up, she was just standing off on the side like, well. But like,
it be like that sometimes. It be like that.
It's so much fun. I have a question from, I think this is Instagram. Like, I'm looking at all the feeds. How is all your relationship as actors? I was told it as an actress, it's hard for someone to believe me because they continue to believe I'm still acting. I'm not. I'm trying to figure out, okay, how was your I promise I could read y'all.
Yeah. No, sometimes they be worded funny. Sometimes it could be like an emergent thing. Like some people just have, like when you see certain actors, even though you know they're doing, or they can be doing good work, that's like, I don't know, like, that's Denzel. And so It's hard to not see Denzel sometimes. I remember it was this post that what's his name? Edward Norton. Edward Norton just recently did, like some actors, and this isn't to like take away from their skill or anything like that. Like some actors are just like these iconic actors. We go to them for what they have, or what we see in them, or this and that. And then some actors are like chameleons, where it's like they just are that character. Like you think of like a Denzel and a Jeffrey Wright. Like even when Denzel is in stuff, I still know it's Denzel. You know what I'm saying? But when Jeffrey Wright, or maybe like Daniel Day-Lewis is in something, you maybe just really just see that character. You may not see Jeffrey Wright or Daniel Day-Lewis. And it's not to take away from their acting or Denzel's acting or anything like that. It's like, I don't know, some people you just still see that person, even when they're acting. So it's like an immersion thing. Some people just can't, I don't know.
Very well said. Yeah, very well said. There's certain people like you said, like a Taraji P. Henson. She comes in, she is such a powerhouse, but it's hard not to see Cookie, from Empire, or to see like these extremes that she goes in. But then you have these characters like Chadwick Boseman. He was phenomenal at that, and to be so young, to have so many iconic opportunities. Thurgood Marshall and Black Panther, and like everything that
James
he
Brown,
was able to
Jackie
touch.
Robinson.
Right. And every character you forgot that is Chadwick, you actually really felt, just like with Jamie Foxx and Ray. Like I forgot that I was watching Jamie Foxx, and that's such a
so
skill.
good at that. He was so
He
good.
embodied it.
Phenomenal.
Yes, absolutely.
Tony said, can't trust if it's an actor being real or they're being a good actor. And then he also said Denzel just be Denzel in every movie.
I mean, but see, that's that. Like, I'd have to show y'all that video. I'm actually sending that to y'all on like Instagram. But it's so true, because it doesn't take away from their talent that whatever that actor isn't talented. It's just that some people just have an energy about them. It's like you still see them, but that doesn't mean they're not doing a good performance.
Right. Tanji also said that would frighten her to move forward in an acting career because people believe she's still in character. And she said, thank you for explaining it. And I think that's nice. Okay. And then Hollywood P45 said, go watch Rogue if you haven't seen it yet, guys. It's fire.
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. Because, it is fire.
Did you see that Rogue is in the recommended section now?
I haven't seen that yet, so that is awesome.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, look. Sometimes it shows up differently for different people. Baby, Tanji, it is on Tubi. Watch now on Tubi. It is on Tubi.
Tell them again, EP. Tell them again.
Yes. So it is on Tubi.
Yeah, everybody in Dayton, Ohio is participating and giving a shout out. They loving it right now.
Yeah, and I want to say this. I'm thankful for everybody who has watched or they will watch in the future. It is so important for people to support independent films. We need your support so bad. It's a big push. It's free. Go watch it. Let it play. Even if you don't got time to physically sit down and watch and take everything in, just let it play right now. That's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
it is important. Even if you need to come back and sit and truly watch it later, just let it play right now so we can
Let it
get
let
that
it get them
push.
plays.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
because that's how it continues to be on the front page for other people to know that the film is actually out there. So like
Yeah.
that is a huge, huge, huge thing. We really need that push to get it going. And I know it's going well. It's already being shared in a bunch of Facebook groups. Thankful for that.
Yes.
People are on it. Tony said, run them numbers up. Tanji said, that's
Yep,
tonight's film. So I'm excited about that. Like, yes, run it up. That's what we need to do
it is.
as far as that goes. Okay. I have another question.
Got it playing in the background right now.
Okay, yeah, look, that's what I'm talking
Hey,
about. That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer for them real quick so they know what's up, what they getting
Right.
into. So hold on,
Yeah.
it's gonna mute y'all when I play this. But yeah, let's go.
Go out,
Yeah. Let them know that action.
eat good, have a good conversation. Let someone be nice to you without assuming there's a trap behind it. If he's a player, you'll figure it out. And if he is, then he just becomes a funny story, not a wound.
So, I'd like to see you again. I'd like to take you out somewhere nicer next time.
Next.
You never leave your enemy alive.
Hey, I ain't scared.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Like, I
yes,
ain't never
yes.
scared.
I'll
I
never.
ain't never scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you guys, like, I love it. I believe, like, it's so funny to me because with the type of film that this is, it could have been so many like big personalities, except with a lot of strong, like in my eyes, all of y'all are leads. So I'm gonna say it like that. Those strong male leads on this film, and basically one woman.
Right.
The
Hmm.
way that you guys all meshed together, like I couldn't have asked for anything better because that was crazy. Okay, they're commenting about the trailer. Tanji said, "Why she beat him up like that?" Tony said he deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, she had
He
to self
deserved it.
defense, self
Right.
preservation,
Yeah,
absolutely. Survival.
self preservation.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
yeah. How did you? But how did you guys? I can't say not. That's not worded right. You guys work together like so well. How did that happen?
Oh
I
man.
think I think some of it came from like prior relationships or prior familiarity, professionalism, like, just our time, our collective time in this business or in this art, knowing that, this is a collaborative experience. You can't go in there with ego. You got to come in there ready to work with people
Yeah.
and to be open to play.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely. That's
That's
what, and
that's
I
some.
wanted to piggyback
Yeah.
on that what Omega was saying earlier. I think a lot of times people don't realize when it comes to someone being a lead, it's more than okay, I look good on camera. It's more than I can act. I have the talent. When you're a lead, you're really supposed to be able to set the tone
Hmm.
for other people to follow. There's a certain level of camaraderie that you bring to the forefront. And everyone that worked on this project, from Ramon to Bruce to Charles, there were many days that Ramon was wrapped and he still would sit, and make sure like, hey, y'all need any help with the
Yep.
stunt work,
Right. Right.
he had extra equipment that we can borrow, things like that. And I think that
yes,
that really stands out because not everyone brings that to set, and those are the things that make people want to work with you again, because there are
absolutely.
actors that are phenomenal, But if you're not coming with the right mindset, if you're not willing
The right
to
attitude.
help out, yes, attitude is a big factor because like, there's
Hmm.
so many. Just think about it. There's so many stunt people, actors that are sitting, and their resume is fire. So there's
Hmm.
different aspects, and I'm very grateful that we had a phenomenal team and everybody went above and beyond to make sure we had what we needed and helped each other out. So it
Hmm.
definitely was a glue to our cast and our crew.
Yeah.
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 What about you, Fred? Yeah.
I would say my experience going in, I came in with a definitely with an open mind, and basically just be a sponge. I actually was looking at I stayed and watched everybody's stunts, and I was just like, man, like I can't. I felt like I could do that, even though that I didn't have any uh training on film. I really just felt like I embodied everything from everybody else. I was really, really not only you could tell I was nervous, but then when it came down to crunch time, I was ready. But I really just wanted to let everybody know that I can do it. You know, so I
Hmm.
really was like just diving in and saying I could do it. I'm gonna go 100, and then the next take I'm gonna go 120. So that's pretty much how it was.
Yeah. Speaking of being nervous, Fred had the headphones on at one point when we first got to the cabin in the woods. Fred had the headphones on, and I could physically see like he was almost shaking. You guys were you were practicing a scene out front,
Mhm.
going through the motions, and Fred just was on the porch, and it's like he was like a deer in headlights for a second. And
I was.
I was like, you good? I was like, you got this, you got this. It's
Good.
gonna be all right. Like it's good, but it's like he was nervous, but as soon as I said action, it was like,
Go time.
yeah, like
Oh,
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
really getting it,
yeah.
and he pulled it off, and like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud because he could have the level of eliteness that and I'm speaking for the men on the project now, Ramon, Charles, Lion, uh, and Fred.
Hmm.
That eliteness that was brought, it's like each one of you guys like had to level up because the other person like was leveling up. I mean,
Hmm.
Right. Yep.
Tony said, can we talk about how we filmed in 22 degrees in the woods?
Actually,
Oh man.
it wasn't quite as cold as I thought it was going to be on some days. Like some days was
Yeah.
cold, but then some days it was like, I got to get out this jacket right quick. It's
Yeah.
getting kind of warm.
Yeah. It was raining, and they had some rain. I think one day I was there, and I was like, man, this looked
It
like
was
the
pouring. It was pouring like
right.
at the beginning of the day, but we were filming inside that day at
Yeah.
Hmm.
first. But then the
Yeah.
rain went away. So
When I was outside, I was like, man, it looked like another version of Cape Fear out here. I'm like, I was like, man, let me get back inside.
But the good thing about the rain is rain be softening the ground when you got to hit it.
That
The
is true.
Yeah,
That is
that's
rain
true.
true.
soften the ground.
No, we
That's
said that.
true.
We said like, all right, if it starts to rain or if there's mud, that is going to even intensify,
yeah,
these scenes.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
absolutely. And also
yeah,
too, I wanted to say too, even with Fred, I was extremely proud of him, his attitude, and
Yeah.
actually the fact that he was actually sick the first stunt day. So
yeah.
we were communicating the whole time, and he's like, "I'm gonna be ready, bro. I'm gonna be ready." He came in, got that 1 day rehearsal, and the stunt coordinators definitely gave him the congratulations. They were impressed just to see of his level of dedication to make sure that he got it down.
Hmm.
He was like, "No, I
Yeah.
want, I want to sell this. I want to make sure my
Yeah.
character is ready." So I'm
Yeah.
definitely proud of you on that, bro.
Yes.
I'll definitely say that the routine. I was I was like, that's it. That's all I got to do. Cause like I was actually looking forward to with the knives. Like Phaedra and Ramon did that scene. And she was just slicing the legs and everything. How fast it was.
You
I was like, oh, that
were
is
Ramon, you went first, didn't you? I'm trying to remember the order of film days. I think your fight scene was first, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because yeah, I was. Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because
Yeah,
then
I
I
everybody, because
saw.
Lion, then Charles, and then Fred, and then Tobias,
Yeah,
because Tobias was in the cabin.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
we were
was like,
all
yeah,
outside. Tobias was the only one that was inside.
yeah. I saw that choreography, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let's go. And then I did mine. And I was like, it was fun. I was like, oh man, that was a quick one. But I was like, But I was like, it's gonna be another one. It's gonna be another one.
Hmm.
But I was so excited to be on set. As nervous
Yeah.
as I was, um, and as fun as it was a great experience for me. And I just the whole experience of being on set for me, period, is like, a step away from my reality. And I felt like I could be anything that I wanted to be that day. And it was just a great experience. Really.
right. Oh, Ramon, I got a question for you because it was one point when I was tucked in the woods and I had the camera. You was looking at me. You kept looking at me like, "You good?"
Oh,
Like, you was
I
like,
don't,
I got it. I got it. I was like, this is what I do. Was that odd to you that I was on camera so much or something? Because it was like the look like it's like you were
uh,
more stressed about me holding the camera than you about the
Mm.
fight.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
I
Oh man.
maybe I'm trying to like look out for my director and everything. Like, make sure are
Yeah,
you good?
yeah.
You want to hand it off to the other action person so they can move around or something? I'm like, you
And
still
and
got to direct and other stuff.
that's the
Right,
funny
right.
part about it because these characters, but the chivalry was there. I think
Yeah.
It was
every guy that
hilarious
was on
with
set,
that.
yeah,
Yes.
looking
Hmm.
out for you,
Yeah.
making sure that you were good, even though they're playing these
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
opposite characters, but definitely making sure that everybody was good. You seeing this
Yeah.
little lady with this big old camera, but if you met Miss Joanne, her mama,
Hmm.
you would definitely
Uh-huh.
know where she gets her spunk from. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
way like when you're doing like the fight, like when we doing like the fight choreo with Phaedra. Obviously, we supposed to like hate her and want to hurt her, but
Right.
it's like, hold on, you slam her, and it's like, wait, you good? You all right? You good? You ready?
Yep. Yep.
Now,
Yeah. And
look, Faye
and
was to
yeah.
me nervous taking some of those
Yeah.
hits, some of those files on, and it was so cold. Because I
Hmm.
was thinking like the ground was so hard.
Hmm.
Even though you guys are padded up or whatnot,
And
it's
sometimes you
still
got mats.
like some of those falls and some of those hits, they were, people was getting flipped over the shoulders, getting slammed,
Hmm.
stabbed,
Hmm.
down on the ground. Yeah. And it
Yeah.
looked, even being on camera, like because we did have the action cam, but we did have the other cameras, still set up for those just to catch other
Hmm.
shots just in case. You can't depend on one camera.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Right.
when you're looking at it like through the camera, you're only seeing that part. So sometimes it looks so real. It's so real. It's like, oh,
Hmm. Yeah.
like we have to double check ourselves to make sure that you guys are, okay. And that's another thing too. On the set, I hope I took care of y'all in that aspect because I was so big on safety.
Hmm.
Hmm.
When it came to look, I was nervous. Like, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want this, but y'all were like, nah, let's go. Let's do it again.
I mean,
I can make it more.
that's when you know you're doing a good job. That's
Yeah.
like when you know
Yeah.
you're doing a good job when the camera person, the director, just people on the crew on the side when they're watching the action and they really be like, were you okay? Were you okay? You just get up like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
We doing this again or what? And they
Yeah.
okay,
That's
run it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
yeah. That's how it was with me, because a lot of people was like, "Hey, you okay?" That fall, because like even with the practice, I fell really hard, and they was like, "Hey, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Let's go. Let's go." So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like it's hard, especially because you're watching it from of course, we're setting up the angles
Yeah,
to sell it.
yeah.
And so that's how like we're at the perfect angle on top of what you're doing, and that's like, oh man.
Because the angle make it look like, oh, you really
Hmm.
actually got hit.
Oh
Was like,
yeah.
no, it was just the camera, the camera
Yeah.
angle. I was a foot
Yeah.
away. That punch was
Yeah.
like this far away from the face, but from here, it looked like it's just going,
Mm.
right across you.
Yep.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit from the stunts. The dinner scene.
You got a strong face. Look like your daddy.
Yes. That scene, yes, it was some stuff written, but when I let y'all go with the ad libs,
Oh
y'all
yeah.
went crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all went
Phaedra.
absolutely crazy with the ad
Yeah.
libs.
Yeah, Phaedra couldn't even keep a straight face.
Yeah,
She
she
was
was
just
cracking.
smiling, laughing, and cracking up. We was
Like, don't let me start ad libbing.
Absolutely.
right.
No,
It was funny
that
because I
was
think that everybody kind of was just going on just what came naturally. But I think
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
irony was because of the fact that when we had the premiere, like she looks identical. I mean, she's beautiful, but she
Yeah.
looks
yeah.
just like her dad. So that I made it even more.
Like,
Yeah.
Because wasn't the comments you got a strong face like your
yeah.
daddy?
Yeah. I say like you got a strong face. you know, it's like, but it's like it's funny because some women just be like that. It's like, yeah, you're beautiful, but you got a strong face. Hey, it's not a
Yeah.
Yeah.
bad, but you got strong.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Oh, that is so
you
funny.
got too much muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, it was so fun starting out the woods with that because I think that lightened everything else that was to come.
Hmm.
Like, having that, like, it was so much fun. I'm gonna jump back to the comments real quick because sometimes you said, let me go and get my snacks and watch Rogue. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah. Get them snacks.
That's what
Get them
I'm
snacks.
talking about. Tony said Hot Hands need to sponsor the next movie because we did have those hand warmers.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
we shooting again in the wintertime, for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. On deck. Yeah. So it was so amazing. And of course, Chris, I put his comment on the screen because like the Facebook, like if you comment on Facebook, I can see the comments and add them to the screen. But if you're commenting everywhere else, I'm just reading them off the screen. Chris said the movie was amazing, a great opportunity to be a part of. Yes, Chris was one of our guys at the speed dating event. And now
Hmm.
when I look back at it, I'm mad at myself that I didn't have y'all at the speed dating event. I should have put y'all at the speed
I
dating
thought
event.
we was gonna be there. Like when I was initially reading the script.
I
Right.
you know, I should have had y'all there, but it's like I wanted you to be like a surprise of who
Mm.
all it was. But then looking back, I'm like, man, I should have had y'all there because y'all were so funny at at the
Hmm.
table. That would have been hilarious, except especially with her saying like next, if you were
Hmm.
like some of the men sitting there saying stuff and she's like
Yeah.
next to y'all, and then it's like boom, you see y'all
Right.
later. Yeah, but hindsight is
It's
still
always
good.
2020. Yeah.
When you look at stuff, it's like, man, I should have. You're always looking at what else you want to do. Oh, and I
Yeah.
want to address one elephant in the room because somebody posted it on their page, and I think it is so funny. In the intro credits for the movie, associate is spelled incorrectly, and it's one more thing, it's spelled incorrectly. I
Hmm.
want you to know it is spelled incorrectly because the movie is in English and in Spanish. So I was doing the Spanish version and so I forgot to switch it back when it got sent. And it was known, and we me and Tobias laughed about it, and there was a corrected version, but the decision was made to leave it. You know why? Because it gets people talking and they
Yeah.
talking about it. And
There you
that's what
go.
it is. It's an internet moment. So
Hmm.
yes, we can
Yeah.
spell, and yes,
Mhm.
we intentionally left it there
Yeah.
to be, what it is. But that's because there is also a Spanish version. So
Okay.
that's why
Nice.
we're waiting for Tubi to connect the two so people can film it in Espanol. They drop the English version first, and then it'll be Spanish. I mean, it's Spanish captions, not a
Right.
whole. Look, we're not there yet where we can do the whole Spanish dubbing, but
Yeah.
Right. Right.
but that's
It's all
why
good.
we made the decision to leave it there. Let it go viral. Let people talk about it because the people that mentioned it, they were like, oh, but we still about to watch this movie, and those
Mhm.
are not people like that we know. There's lots of people are sharing it in the groups. I'm so happy. There are so many Tubi groups, and so many people are just sharing. I don't know them people. And so they're just sharing it. So I'm really happy about that. So far, like on IMDb, we have 23 people have rated it so far. So
Okay.
that's good. Keep them ratings coming. Keep them coming. Good, bad, and
Mhm.
indifferent. Make sure you rate it. Make sure you watch it because these actors put their all into this. I believe y'all put y'all all into it. I may be
Yep.
biased, but
No,
No,
for
no,
sure.
y'all,
no, we definitely did. We definitely
yeah, I
did.
Sure.
believe
And you
y'all
did your
did.
thing too. You did your thing too. And one thing
Yeah.
I love about the structure of being on set with you is that, not only did you bring your military background with with the story, but you brought the military background in all aspects of everything. Everything was, to me, everything was precise and was like, hey, we want it done here, we want it done there one time, and just pop, 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 pop. And because like my family is all military, so structure is a big thing for me. So the structure of everything was really on point.
Okay, well, let's talk about that then, since you brought it up. Hey, how was it working with moi?
It was
Just
it was it was amazing to for me because not only women women get the backlash of saying not being able to do what men can do, and my sister was a drill sergeant in the Air Force. So to see a female African American female do their thing, and you follow the lead of that. It was a great experience for me. It was a great
Yeah.
experience.
You definitely had the structure. You wasn't intimidating, wasn't trying to back down. You
Hmm.
pop off at some points and it'd be kind of like
Yeah.
funny, like, oh, look at this. Okay.
Right.
Like, let's get it.
Right, right. And that's one of the reasons why I was nervous, because like she popped off and I was like, man, let me go ahead and get myself
Let
together.
me
I'm
go
about
ahead and get
to
up. Hey,
right,
it's time
like
to shoot.
let me get my lines. I'm gonna get my lines and just be close. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't
Yeah,
gonna
just
find
stay
me.
close. Let me stay close.
Right, you ain't gonna.
one thing I don't play about is time. And when I'm
Right,
looking at like time, like that's the only time I'm gonna like really speak up and say something. Or when it's, the president of the light skin acting the fool.
right,
But that's
right.
all up. And it's I don't think when I pop off I'm being mean. I'm just
No.
being heard.
Yeah.
Right,
As coming
right.
from the producer, time is
Yeah.
money. Time is
Yeah.
money.
No. Sometimes you gotta do that because sometimes people get a little bit too comfortable, get a little bit too keying. It's like, hey,
Hmm.
hey, hey, we got to get back to work now. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
And one thing I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't like going over a 12-hour day.
Hmm.
That is like that really gets me upset because I value your time and I know as actors y'all can start getting burnt out.
Hmm.
And so like that's when I'm really like, hey, no, go, this, that, okay, move it to tomorrow. We'll, to
Hmm.
Right.
make sure that you guys are good. Because remember, you can get hurt. We're
Yeah.
doing these stunts, you can truly get hurt. And with some of it, we were fighting daylight.
Yeah. Oh, it's when you're doing those outdoor shots, it's like you're always fighting the sunlight. It's like, the sun's moving, shadows coming in, you got to adjust your settings and this and that. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
always the challenge, like with outdoor shots like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a really hard thing uh to combat, the clouds, the sun. But you know what? We made it work with them clouds. Look, me and my getting the sun, move to the sun,
Hmm.
get the sun, or let it like if it was a long, one shot, it was like let the clouds do what they do. We're outside. It's natural. Clouds pass over, clouds do that. But I didn't want to set up like the big canopies to start blocking everything because that was going to take so much time away, I think, and not allow you guys to have a lot of room to work.
Hmm.
Oh, and speaking of, you and Fred had a lot of time together on set. Like a lot of y'all scenes like were together. You guys played off of each other like
Mhm.
so well when you were sent off, when
Hmm.
Charles sent y'all off,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Right, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's really just about it's about like listening and just being present and then just responding accordingly. You know,
Yeah.
just be present, listen, and then go off of that.
Yeah.
Bounce off your scene partner and work together with it.
Yeah, especially when it came when Lion started running his lines and going off improv, we actually just like conform to that, you know. And then we just started adding in props, like bringing in apples and stuff.
Oh
The
God.
apples.
Hold up. The apple was its own character.
Yep.
It was, yeah.
The apple, the beer bottles, and everything with Charles.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Charles
Yeah.
was really able to be the funny and cut loose.
And you know
yes,
what?
yes.
It's crazy because he was a last minute replacement. And you know,
Hmm.
sometimes, you know, you may come in at the last minute, but you were meant to be there,
Yep.
uh,
Right.
a part of it the whole entire time. And it's like it
Hmm.
didn't miss a beat like with
Right.
him. So that's what made it so true. But when he showed up in that Ninja Turtle shirt, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
We got to zip it
Yeah.
up so you can't
And
see.
see,
yeah, but it's so
and see,
like his personality versus the character. It's
Yeah.
so yeah.
hmm
He's
yeah, his
so helpful. He's so he's such a good guy. So it was like when that
yeah.
camera went and that sinister
Hmm.
mode, it was like, dang, dude, you kind of you didn't have to do all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because like his character is what I auditioned what I was my audition. And when I
Ah.
got
Yep.
on so when I got on set, well when I got the call that I got it and I was Anthony, I was like, oh, okay, so I did good enough to get something. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was really happy. But when I saw his version when we were on set, and I was like, I see why. I see why. Okay, I got it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to see. I have another shot of you two working together.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Guys, like, yeah, it's like some of my favorite moments. That's that. Look, I ain't scared.
I
I
ain't
ain't
Yeah.
scared.
scared.
But she
No.
do
But she
got
Well,
a
do got
knife.
but she do got a knife. And
yeah.
my
She
mama
do
ain't
got a
raised
knife though.
and my mama ain't raised no fool, you know what I
Oh
mean?
Yeah.
man, I look, I love that your mom was able to be there at the premiere. So my mom ain't raised no
Mm.
fool. I know you talking about. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
no. I love it. I love you guys for being like, man, for being
Yes.
there and being a part of it. It just because this was my first like donors is is one thing. It does have action in it, but it was not a action film. This is a true action thriller,
Hmm. Right. And
and
this
the yeah,
and this
not the
it's a
last.
it's
Yeah.
it definitely separates from other movies because you don't see a strong African female lead, you know, kicking everybody's butt. You know what I mean? You don't see that. And bringing that to light, you know, I really feel like it's gonna catapult in major categories. You know,
Mm,
and I'm calling it and I'm putting my stamp on it because that's what I believe.
hey, yeah, like
Indeed.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Were you about to say something, Tobias? Or was that Ramon?
No, I just said indeed. I said indeed. I was agreeing
Oh,
with him.
Yeah,
yeah. All
yeah.
right. Yeah. Because this is like, man, from start to finish. I don't know, Ramon or Fred, if you had heard the part that Tobias said that I was literally on a road trip and came up with this concept.
No,
And
I didn't know that.
No,
yeah,
I
I
didn't know that.
I wrote Rogue over the weekend, like dictating the notes. I had to take my son. I drove my son to El Paso.
Hmm.
Texas?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
because he needed to take his truck with him. And yeah, on that way back, it was just me and the road, and I came up with the concept like I was doing voice to text
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
wrote it the whole way. Like when I
Oh.
when I got home, all I had to do was take my notes and put them, in my script writing in final draft
Hmm.
and like make it happen. But it was so unique and raw to me. It was my play on, like I said earlier, surviving the game. Because the movie with Ice-T, I was like, that'd be kind of fun to do. The black version of it.
Right.
So yeah, and like that's how it came about. But I was like, I want her, a badass. I want her, to be able to make this happen and whatnot. Why is it still stuck on y'all photo on there? Did I not remove y'all?
There we go.
Okay, my bad. Still had it on the screen. Okay, it was just stuck. I guess I have two versions of it up there where it's on the vertical and horizontal, so that's why y'all were stuck a little bit. There you go. But yeah, no, I had fun with it. And sometimes it's like that. Some scripts I could have written years ago and it's still not their time to shine. But this one, I wrote it this year. We filmed it this year. It's released this year. Like, hey, there it is. I have something else from the chats. What advice would you all give someone thinking about getting into acting?
Well, you got to get in classes first. Get into the classes so you can just really get in that environment.
Yeah, and not just classes, but I would say theater as well, because theater, it really has a lot of things that you can learn hands on. Because like with me, when I did theater, I was a shy person and very, very soft spoken. So getting into theater, I had to, pronounce and articulate my words and be profound with my voice and my tone. And when you're shy and soft spoken like that and being forced to be out like that, it definitely puts some confidence in you. So I would definitely say theater is a good start, especially it segues into film.
Especially if you're new. Yeah, you never done it. I recommend any TV film actor, if you haven't done theater, I mean, honestly, do some theater too. Do some theater, because that will definitely sharpen your skills.
Like even with the script by itself, you have to learn the whole script. Of course we have to learn the whole script in film, but when it comes to theater, it goes page by page.
There ain't no cuts.
There's no cuts. So and you can't say, okay, let's do that one over. I messed up. You can't. So you have to rely on yourself. You have to rely on your memory. You have to rely on your connection with the other person, and because people are seeing it live. So you have to stay in that pocket. And even with film, you can actually tell when you're not in the pocket and when you are. It's by your eyes. The eyes never lie. Your face, you really can't lie with your face either. So you have to embody that in all aspects.
Yeah. As a director, I would say don't get committed to what you think your version of your character is going to be, because it may be completely different from what the director wants, or there may be a change needed, on set because of how it's playing out with the other characters. So I would say be willing to be flexible.
And vulnerable.
And vulnerable. Yeah, you can't be like, if the role is calling for vulnerability, you can't be like, well, I'm not trying to show that. I ain't trying to be no punk. I ain't trying to be that. Then you're not going to be able to make it. Because, I mean, let's be real. With your guys' characters, they weren't all the best, type of men. And that's completely opposite of who you are and what you stand for in reality. But if you guys weren't, willing to go there, then it would have looked crazy. You coming off trying to be, I'm gonna be chivalrous and all this other stuff. Y'all do that off camera, not
not in this thing. Yeah.
That's one of the things where like even my mom was shocked on how my demeanor was and how I'm cussing and everything. Like, because like my mom, she has never heard me cuss, saying, as long as I've been alive. So for her to see that firsthand, she's like, oh my goodness, so you just got to come out with it.
It's like y'all lock in so much And Fred and Ramon, you both had scenes where you were looking for Rogue and you guys were by yourself. And that's
Hmm.
that where you at? Where you at, bitch? Was kind of
Yeah.
Everybody love that part. I know. Come on out, bitch. What was the line? Something like that. I
yeah,
know
I'm gonna
you out here.
find you, bitch. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find you.
find you and come on out. I know you out here. The trust to lend me to you, bitch.
Yeah. And see, like, and like the natural me is not comfortable cussing, but but when you're in that moment, in that mode, you have to be, and there's a switch that you have to cut on and cut off, because like
It's like
the
just
greatest
different sides of yourself you can open up.
right, right, and the greatest thing about acting is that people who don't want to feel like being themselves can be anybody who they want to be, and it's the freedom of it. So when
Hmm.
you have the chance to be free, and we can be free on set, as a director, as a producer, as an actor, we can be free. We are being our actual selves rather than conforming to what who we really are outside. So us us doing that is a great profession.
True. I
Absolutely. You have to be open minded. Like there aren't
Yeah.
the limitations. And I started with theater as well. And I think that makes some of the most dynamic actors, because as Ramon said, you can't cut and paste. You can't try to highlight and find the best scenes and best takes and try to glue it together, to give the best presentation. Like it's raw. You have to
Hmm.
be ready and be able to deliver. I tell people all
Hmm.
the time when they want to get into acting, the first thing I always ask them, what is the reason that you want to be an actor? Do you want to be a celebrity or do you want to be an artist? Because
Yeah.
at the
Hmm.
end of the day, it's not always going to be the glitz and glam. You're not going to wake up tomorrow, you're going to be on Netflix. You're not going to be on
Right.
red carpet moments all the time. There are times that I've been on like a commercial shoot or a video shoot. You could be on set for 13, 14, 15 hours, and you may get 5 minutes of camera time, and then that may get edited out. This
Yep.
has
Yep.
to be
Your
something
scene
that
get
you
completely
have.
cut.
Yes.
Yep.
yes.
This has to be something that you are passionate about, that you have
Yep.
an insatiable hunger for. That's why
Yep.
I'm so particular about when it comes to auditions. Sometimes people come with this sense of entitlement and feel like, oh, I should be in this role, I should be in this character. And they feel like, okay, well, if I get buddy buddy with you, I can just go ahead and get this role. At the end of the day, as an artist and as a creator, you want to have the best actual person that can pull off what you envision for this character. Because if you don't, it's
Hmm.
going to be injustice to you. It's going to be injustice to the project. So
Right.
if you're not someone that could be prepared, and I tell my cast all the time, you need to make sure that you know the entire script. You need to read through it
Yes.
Yeah.
because there are times that the audience doesn't know. Like, yeah, they're watching the film, but we may have filmed the end part of it at the beginning. We may
Hmm.
Hmm.
change it up. It may be a situation, let's say, for example, at the last minute, Amiga and I can get a call like, okay, with a location, they're not going to be available. There's some type of emergency, just like we had with the club scene. Like the
Hmm.
person, there was a situation that they came later, so we had to pivot. So
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
need, especially our leads, we need them to be prepared to know that we may have to move something around, or it could be a
Right.
situation to where, we did have this line for this character, but I think it comes better coming from you.
You.
So you
Yeah.
Hmm.
have to be open minded, you have to
Yep.
be flexible, and you can't wear your feelings on your sleeve.
Nope.
And I tell people
Not
all the
not
time,
definitely
like,
not this business.
yeah, you
Right.
see people like, okay, yeah, you're in this project, but you have no idea how many no's that they received, and it builds a certain fortitude in you. That's important for you to be able to be like, okay, at the end of the day, let me not look at it as a refusal. Let me look at it as an opportunity for me to grow. And
Hmm.
those are the moments where, like, there was I auditioned for the game, and I got a call back for it, but then my boy Stevie ended up getting the part. But he was actually in the NFL. So I understood, but to be able to watch it and look, and it's like, okay, I see, well, this could have been done differently. This could have been definitely done differently. What can I take back from it? So it's so many aspects that come into it. That's
Yeah.
why training, all that is important. Some people come in, it's like, oh, I don't want to do background work. There's certain gems and jewels that you can get from being on
Mhm.
background. You
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
set etiquette.
Yes.
You
Yes.
Yep.
understand
Yes.
how to conduct yourself on set. You seeing these A-list celebrities coming in. It's not time for you to pull out your camera. It's not time to be
Right.
Yeah.
asking for an autograph. It's not time to
Yep.
get starstruck.
Oh, can I get a
You know,
selfie?
Right.
Right.
right. So
And
there's so many things you have to be able to learn before you're ready
Mhm.
to be on the these blockbuster movies. So
Yeah.
yeah,
that's my takeaway from it.
and some
And being
background get bumped up too.
yeah,
Some
I mean,
background on
Absolutely.
I have seen on major sets, background get bumped up to speaking lines all the time.
it does
Absolutely.
happen. And now outside the background, another real good place to kind of start too is like stand-in work.
Yep.
Like stand-in work, you be right there.
You
And
learn
some
everything.
sets, they want you running the lines. They want you
right.
running the lines, maybe with the actor. You got a second team rehearsal. And I remember when I first came out here to when I first came out to Georgia and Atlanta, I moved here in 2013 and then started acting here. Then at that point, like I started acting in '06, like so I've been like 6 7 years. And so when I finally came to Atlanta, that was like my first time being on like a quote unquote like full-fledged like SAG studio set. Everything before that had been like independent projects, web series, good projects, but like independent things. So then when I got the opportunity to like be on like full-fledged like network program and do stand-in work, and then I was kind of surprised that, oh, we get to actually run lines, we get to actually perform
Mhm.
this. And I
Right.
was like, I'm about to really act and perform. But some
Mhm.
stand-ins would just be like moving furniture. They just up there talking
Mhm.
the lines. Okay, Jody, I'm about to hit you. And and I'd be like, you really about to just read it like that? Like, just why don't you act it? Like, and so I would really be
Right.
out there like acting my lines, and like the DP or whoever would almost be just like looking like, well, that was some good second team theater right there. That was
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
That's how
I
I feel too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I take
Yeah.
them. I take them. That stand-in work is like this is an audition.
That's
You got
Yeah.
that's your
you got
thing.
directors, producers looking at you like, huh?
Yeah.
They can actually act.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And
maybe.
background work is definitely has been motivation for me because when I did BMF and I was like 2 feet away from Lil Meech, and just to see him, you know, just with a still face because he was in character and it looked like he had his lines all wrapped around his head, you know. And when it came down to action, he delivered, and I was like, oh man. And then it goes from another scene where I see Neo, and Neo, you know, music king, you know, to me.
Yeah, music icon.
And like just seeing how he do things, you'd be like, man, I you look at the people who you watch, you know, saying normally, and you be like, man, I definitely could do this. I could see myself doing this. And when you can do that, and then when you get into your own character and your own scene, that's an imprint, and it's an imprint for me. So everything that I saw and took in from background doing background work and just holding a boom and watching how they do things. So that's what I did.
Yeah,
I would hold the boom and I would just study everybody who is actually doing the acting. And I'm like, okay, I know exactly what to do when I have my chance.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I learned like everything. Like
Mm,
being a stand-in, I like it was hard because I had to know their lines all the time, and sometimes
hmm
being swapped out. Like I show up for one person, and they're like, "Well, since you're here, you need to do this person too." But having to know all their lines, act with their lines before they get there, and doing the movement as well as the lines, that helps. And being ready to just get tossed in, sometimes too. My thing is stay ready so you don't have to get ready in this industry. Like
basically
mhm,
be ready for whatever,
right.
be willing to learn everything that you can learn. Don't show up to sets being disruptive.
with the
Um,
ego.
that's that ego.
Mhm,
And definitely don't, try to tell the director, oh, well, I feel like it should be done like this or done like that. You have no idea. When you show up to set, you're at
mhm,
the end part of the production in reality,
Hmm
well,
right.
the middle because they're still editing. But you think the director has been in it for a long time. So for you to get there and be like, oh, well, I think it needs to be done like this, and the director is telling you how the scene needs to be, and you're over there, well, I feel like it should be like this. Please stop. please, please stop with the like. We don't mind input,
Yeah.
but but we also
Read
don't
the
want to
room. Like read the room.
Absolutely.
yes,
Like read the
Absolutely.
room.
don't take
You
over.
know.
And for me, it's really hard as a woman director.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things that I combat. And then it's like, that's when I have to get, smarter because I got some jokes for that. That's when I start chopping folks up, in my way. But I
Yeah.
don't like having to be that way, of checking folks because you showed up. And what's funny? It's typically always the person that has two lines.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
They got the most ideas.
yes, it's
Absolutely.
like, oh my goodness.
Like, man,
And
just say your 2 lines. Say, here's your water, sir, and step off. I don't need a monologue.
yeah,
Right.
it's a lot, and they're trying to do everything. Or when the director, it's not your scene yet, and the director is working with the actors that's up next. Don't come over there and interrupt. They're talking about so for my scene, what do I need to do? I'm like,
Like, read the room. Read
I'm
that's
literally
it.
working with these other people right now. We'll get to y'all. So one thing I can say about you guys, like it was like none of that. None of that. And I
That-
really, really, appreciated it that it wasn't, any of that. And
Yeah.
it's like I have y'all back any day because that's like
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Man, yep, I'm
look,
ready.
I know. Oh, and the other thing I want to say about actors. Don't feel like you're too big to audition for a role because you may get booked for something else. Don't feel like just because you work with a director or something at one point that you don't have to audition again. We saw you in one role. We don't know if you can do this other role. It may be something completely opposite, and you got to show us that you can do that as well. Don't feel like, oh, I got a relationship with that person, so I don't have to do this. Lord, the king of light skin coming, y'all. The king of light skin coming.
Lion.
Yo,
There he is.
What's up, folks? How y'all feeling?
Hi.
what's up?
Hey,
Yes.
what is going on, people?
Your ears must have been burning. They must have
Yeah,
been
we was
She
talking
about to
about
give it
you,
to you,
bro.
bro. She about to give it to you.
We
yeah.
was
Oh
talking
boy,
about you, man. Talking
Yeah.
about you, dog.
that makes me worried. I think.
Nah, it's all love. It's all love.
It's like
Oh,
it's all love.
no,
I
I
have
was
never met
I love working with
the.
all of you guys, and you guys made it so easy, especially being a woman. Not just as a director, the EP, cinematographer, all of that.
Mhm.
Is you guys made it pretty easy, and I'm saying I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're talking about set etiquette too. I think sometimes
Mhm.
people don't realize there's so many values and things that you get from being background and doing different things in different projects. Like you got to be open minded. And I tell people all the time, like I work on several different sets, and I'm always mindful. I'm paying attention to how people carry themselves. I'm paying
Yep.
attention to their talent, their skill, and also if you're easy to work with. Because I have so many productions that come to me for recommendations. I've helped cast on so many different projects. Currently doing that now, so I'm always
Mhm.
mindful of the way that people carry themselves. So sometimes
Yeah.
I think when they've done things, when they're like, okay, well, I've been a PA, I've been a AD, I've been a director, I've been these different things. And it's like, yeah, you can have those skills, but you also have to be mindful to where there are times to where that's not necessarily needed at this time.
Oh, that's not your
Now
role in this project now.
yeah,
Right.
sometimes,
Yeah.
having to be able to kind of stay in your lane at times is actually needed. But there are going to be those moments when you're able to actually understand how the production runs, if you build those relationships. Because there's so many different relationships that can form on set, even on being in background. There are people that I started in background with that are casting directors, that are
Mm-hmm.
directors,
Yeah.
that are cinematographers. So you never know, what those opportunities may give you later on. I can have a casting call. You come in and you doing an amazing job, but say for example, you may be too tall for it. You might not
Mhm.
necessarily have the right build. You might not necessarily have the right look. But
Wait.
in the back of my mind, I'm remembering, you know what? We had
Mm.
this person come in. They would be perfect for this role. So you just always have to be open minded to that as well.
Yeah.
You gotta be mindful of what you say and what you do on set too, because people are hearing and people are watching, and you never know, what can happen. You can say something bad about an actor, a director, and they get back to them, and they'll
Ooh, yes.
either they kick you out, or they kill you off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well,
Look,
be
look,
let me tell
careful.
you,
I'm good for
I
killing
have learned
folks.
that the hard way. Like I have so learned that the hard way, and it's crazy because like it was from one of my very first movies, and me and Vin Rames bumped heads.
Oh
me and
wow.
me and Vin Rames bumped heads, and later on, I was and then here's the crazy part on my kids. My second movie, I was talking to a producer, and I was kind of making fun of the situation, and she was like, "Yeah, that's a close friend of mine," and I
Whoops.
was like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
"Yeah, he cool,
Yeah. Cool.
and,
Yep.
and I was like, "Wow." And
Yeah.
I've seen it happen so many times.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And when he showed up to rehearsals with his big old personality,
You knew that was coming.
Yep.
I heard Lion was trying to direct it in rehearsals.
Oh, see how y'all done amped it up. No, we all bumped heads. I was like, oh, listen, I was out. I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back here. And Tobias was like, come on, man. Like, I was like, I am done. He was like, listen, man, you just gotta.
we didn't bump heads. I just feel like you had some nervous energy when you came in there, and you had to let me know that you had a set of certain skills, and I had to let you know that, sir, I got this. Move the hell away from me so I can finish doing what I'm doing.
You know, Mimi, listen, there's a certain way to say things and you don't know how to say it. And that's the issue. You gotta tap into your softer side sometimes, man. You ain't listen, what did my man say? What did Raban say? You ain't gotta have such a hard face all the time. You ain't got
Mean face.
Say a strong face. I said she had a strong face.
Hey,
strong face. You ain't gotta have such a strong face all the time.
right.
Look, I've gotten older, and I no longer care. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. So it's like, when I'm giving you the hint with the eyeballs, and you're not catching the hints.
Yep.
I don't think you threw no hint with no eyeballs, ma'am.
Yeah.
I always go with the eyes first. The eyes narrow.
Oh yeah.
In your direction.
Now,
That's the hint.
Tobias gave me. He was trying to throw all the eyeballs. He go, sir. Tobias
like the mediator. Tobias be trying to the mediator, trying to just regulate. Like, look, let's keep the peace, y'all, and keep things moving amicably forward.
Yeah.
But it truly wasn't like that. I truly believe. Well, I truly felt like you were trying to be helpful. It was just the wrong time and the wrong place.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
look,
get that.
but we like this now, though. We like this.
Yeah.
I love you to death. Team Light Unite.
Team Light Unite.
Yes. Look. Shoot, yeah, because I was no longer the lightest person in the room. So.
I know. Had years and years of saved up jokes just for me. I appreciate that.
Rapid fire.
Oh,
yes. No, it was good. But no, seriously, Lion, I asked the other people, what made you decide, we put the casting is put out there. What made you decide after you got the sides, hey, I'm gonna go for this. I want this role.
So if we're keeping it 100, when I read it, it was more so like because it was two roles, right? And if being honest, Cyrus had more lines. So
it is what it is, yeah.
I was like, Cyrus seems like he has more lines. I'm a go with Cyrus so I can get a little bit more screen time. So and then the thing about it overall, I mean, and again, just keeping it full transparent, it was me trying to go opposite of what I normally play. It was like because typically I play the bad, mean, like like overly serious, overly macho guy, and I understand because like I get that I have even though with all my brightness I have an intimidating look or whatever, and it was like one of those things where I have gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, I've played this character 1,402 times, and I want something different. So when I was reading it, I was like, you know what? Here we go. This is good because this is totally different from my character, and I thought I did okay with it.
You did an awesome job. You're like,
Yeah.
you ended up being one of my characters. Like when I wrote it, it wasn't my favorite, my favorite person, you know, in the lineup, but it became one of my favorite set because your comedic timing is impeccable.
I
That
appreciate it.
that is like you brought a little extra. Sometimes actors can bring a little extra that you don't even know, like that you leave because you in the bushes, man. You in the no the
Mhm.
tree. You in the tree. That took the cake right there. You in the tree. So I think that is good. But how was your time working on set outside of rehearsal? How was your time on set?
Hmm.
I mean, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like uh, me and Tobias clicked instantly, which made me, already feel comfortable. I've known Raban for years. I mean, literally, I started with Raban. So, as soon as I saw him, I just was happy. I probably was so happy that it scared him. Like he looked at me like, I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir. I was like, I'm just so happy to see
I'm
you. He's
just
like,
happy to
yeah,
see.
bring that down.
Back in the
So
DMV days.
but yeah, I mean, man, literally like my one of my very, very first projects me and him was on. So that made me feel comfortable, and then just starting to get, I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, I know you said outside the rehearsal, but the second rehearsal made me feel a lot better, honestly, because then we started to get more in the groove. We started to understand, like I said, Tobias talked to me, and then so my mindset was different, you know what I mean? And perspective has a lot to do with everything you do. I don't care what it is, you know what I mean? But so I understood, and I got it more. And then again, like I said, understanding the way, Omega works, I was like, okay, I get it. Because and hopefully she don't take this the wrong way, but when you're thrust in a certain world, what I mean, it has to be a authoritative situation, because we've seen people get run over on set. We've seen people that hell, I'm a bad dude in real life, and because I'm so nice, I've had people try to run over me. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, and it starts you start to get it, you start to understand, and that's the key thing in working with anybody, is understanding them to get a better relationship. So once I started to understand, once I got a different perspective, being on set was a joy. I mean, here's the thing: at the end of the day, we're so blessed to be able to do something we love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And just being on set doing something you love, and it's work. Y'all know the old saying. I don't even have to say it, but you know what I mean? It's just a blessing, man. So, when you're in a situation, how good you got it in that moment, how mad can you really be,
Yeah. Something that I said to the guys earlier, and I'll say it to you because it happened with you as well. The first time y'all seen me holding the camera,
You're muted, Omega.
how did I get muted? I am.
I hear you.
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, because I'm like, I'm not muted, so I don't know what's going on. But maybe it's just on your end, Tobias. But yeah, with me having the rig on my shoulder,
Line, can you hear
and
me?
yeah, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Yep.
Tobias
Yeah.
gonna want to hear this story.
Ah! Okay, I was telling anyway. Yeah,
I
but
can't hear Omega. Let me
I
see.
don't know why. Like, I don't know what.
I
Leave
can.
and
We
come
can
back.
hear.
Let me tell him to leave and come back if he can hear y'all. Let me see.
Well, we can hear it just fine.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna tell Tobias leave and come back then. Yeah,
I
that
really got to hear this story now. Dang, you like,
no, it's just like no, the concern on your face. That's what it is. Is like because I'm holding it for a while, and then I look at you. You like you good? You okay? Do you need some help? And I'm like, how did we go from like the cracking jokes to you being so concerned? It was like so funny for me because like we just had a light skinned standoff being funny back and forth.
Light skinned did standoff.
Yes, yes. And to him, and it's like I looked, I'm like, all right. And then I looked and he was looking at me like, are you good? Are you okay? I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, dude, I'm fine. I got this. Like what was yeah, like that took a moment for me to like process. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, honestly, that's kind of how I am. Like again, like Rabon can probably tell you, like for years, that's just the type of person I am. You know what I mean? Especially with women, you know what I mean? Like I just want to make sure you're good. I want to make sure you're okay. And anytime, I mean, that's just me in real life. I can't tell you how many times I've stopped the car and checked on, like, hey, you okay? You need help carrying this? You know, like whatever. I'm the person, I keep extra pair tennis shoes and shirt in my car just in case I see somebody that's maybe barefooted. Or so I'm from Baltimore, which you see that a lot. But and I'll give out a pair of shoes or whatever like that. And if I go past a thrift store, I'll buy another pair of shoes just to keep in my car, you know what I mean, in that moment. And you know, it's just me, not trying to sound like this and that, but that's honestly, that's just me. If I can help somebody, and especially when, so I have a sword, I have one tattoo and it's a sword on my back, and it's, you know, not going all out, but you know, I'm from Baltimore and I feel like everybody from Baltimore City has a story. Okay, so let's start there. And mine is not great at all. You know what I mean? So I with my family, it's weird how I have such morals and like code of honor and chivalry. So it's weird to me because I'm like, well, I feel like I probably was reincarnated. And if I was in my password, I feel like I was a knight because I have such a strong moral and strong sense of honor. And so I got a tattoo of a sword on my back. And because again, I don't know where I got it from. I mean, honestly, so that's me. I'm the save the damsel in distress, like help, you know, who I can when I can type individual. So yeah, if I even see somebody's face even look like something's going on, I instantly become concerned and overly empathetic. You know what I mean? That's yeah. So
Yeah, it's just funny to me because you know I have four older brothers and I played sports and I was in the military. So it's just so weird for me, like, you know, because I get in my moments and sometimes I'd be like, shit, I'm one of the dudes, you know, like I got this, like I'm looking at you, you looking at me, and I'm looking at you, and I'm forgetting that, you know, I probably look like an ant compared to you, you know, but in my head, I'm like 6'4".
I'm big dog.
Yeah. So I'm looking at you, looking at me, I'm like, what's wrong with you? You got to be the problem, not me. Like I'm good over here, you know, because I'm used to doing it. So that's something, especially specifically on this set in general, because it was all of you guys, you know, trying to do it. Like on donors, it was like one person or whatever on the cast trying to make sure, you know, I was good. But you know what? I looked at it and I said, you know what? I actually do, you know, I appreciate it. So, you know, just thank y'all for that extra concern. It really, it made the set safer because there are times like we get the shot, we get everything. As soon as I say cut, everybody talking and doing whatever, and I'm over there like, dang, you know, I got this thing up on my shoulder, but I can't get it off my shoulder now. Like I'm stuck. So I really, you know,
it's also an appreciation too, because at the end of the day, we know how much you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, from where I come from, and I'm sure a lot of people come from, you know, you put the director on a pedestal. You know what I mean? And I've been on sets where you can't touch nothing. Like even as an actor, don't pick up if you drop something. Somebody else's job to pick it up for you. Type of thing. So to see, and not only a director, but this Black woman, in this position, I'm going to be like, hey, listen. Not only do I respect you as a person, I respect this position. So yeah, hey, listen, look, let me get that. Let me grab that. Just that, and so on and so forth. Because you already have a lot on your plate. You know what I mean? And again, and especially in independent filming, everybody wears it becomes a thing of not only just wearing a bunch of hats, but as a team. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it instantly. Hey, this is the team. Let me help. You know what I mean? Let me do my part. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because I asked it of the other people. That table scene, the dinner scene, what was going through your mind? Because every time I looked around, you was doing something different. You had the lettuce trying to feed it to the girl. You was over there telling me it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be
Talking about how you wanted the snow bunny.
right. Yes. And
Listen,
because that point was, it's like when I said just go at it, ad lib, y'all, it like
They said say less.
right. I didn't know what to expect, and you were over there acting a plum fool in a great way.
listen, it's funny because like so many people came up to me, and even people watching the movie. One of the two things that they keep quoting to me is, President of Lightskin, and the other thing is I kill her, will my credit go up? Like so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's one of those things again, it's like, as I teach acting too. And the one thing I'm always teaching is, hey, don't get caught waiting for your lines. You know what I mean? Especially in a situation where I don't know when we were at the table, I don't know where exactly who was catching what in the film, but I don't want to be the guy sitting there waiting for your lines, waiting,
I call them
literally
mouth
looking at the
watchers.
people. Right, exactly. And that's a great
mouth watchers. They just watch your mouth. They're not listening, and they just staring at a mouth, like waiting for that last butt to come out, as opposed to just listening and responding.
Yeah.
Right,
and especially
right, and that's a great name.
4 cameras at a time. You never know what camera is on
picking you up.
What? Yeah, and so it just flowed. I actually, for editing, I had a really hard time with editing, picking and choosing what to use because it was so much. But I also had to make sure it matched, the next thing. So yeah, you guys, the lines were so great, and to me, it came off like you guys really truly have been these men who set up these hunts for a long time. It felt like the dinner scene felt like this is like y'all 5th or 6th hunt. This is what y'all do. That camaraderie that you had, even with the jokes. That's how it just came off. And then you got that evil ass laugh at the end. That laugh is that laugh was good. So all of it. It was just so good. What did you guys think about, I know we had the premiere. I know we have the film out. What did you think about it overall?
I couldn't make the premiere, but the pictures look great. The pictures look great. I wish I could have made it. I wish I could have made it.
Out now, regardless of the premiere. I'm just talking about the film in general.
Oh, I'm enjoying it myself right now. Like it's playing right now.
Yeah.
It's playing.
Okay, King of Lights.
It's playing right now. It's playing right now.
Yes. No. Yeah. I know some actors don't like watching themselves. And it's
I'm kind of that way, but I still will, because like you can still learn things from it.
Yeah.
if you can just kind of get out of your own head, because as artists, I feel like we can all be overly critical of ourselves, and like you were talking about earlier, hindsight is always 2020, and we see choices that we made and be like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But then the audience watch like, man, oh, you killed that, and you did this, and you're like, I guess so. Yeah, I appreciate that, but yeah.
Yeah, I have been receiving feedback. Whose phone is vibrating to
That's not
me?
mine.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
I
Yeah,
was
that
wondering the
was.
same thing.
Oh, maybe that was
No,
lions.
I think that was good. Even some of the things that we were talking about. I don't know if you guys have you seen Wonder Man with Yaya
Oh
Yes.
Abdul.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
So I think that it was a good way to give people an insight to what we go through as actors. You know, sometimes you're being in your head too much. Sometimes you're
yeah.
overthinking.
That first scene
Sometimes
was perfect
being,
in Wonder
you're
Man.
giving a little too much
Yeah.
feedback
Yes,
Yeah.
instead of just being in character and doing what's needed on set. I think that everybody did a great job. And even when you're able to be on set the entire time, you're on a production side, so you're seeing things materialize and come together. It's still a good feeling to see the final product. Like when Omega and I went to the theater to kind of see the pre screening
Oh
to
my
make sure
God.
everything, the specs and everything went well. We were both pleased with the quality because it was a lot of work that was put into this project. So I'm proud of everybody coming together because I know that there was some hurdles, when we had to kind of reschedule because of the light snow that we had with the rehearsals and things like that. And you had people like Rabone that's on cruises and things like that. But we made it come together, and I'm proud of everybody that was a part of this.
Yeah. I think like for actors, I know they say like, "Oh, I don't want to watch it. I don't like watching myself." And sometimes you guys get in your head about the performance, and I'm looking at it as, "But did you give what the director wanted you to give?"
hmm
And it's like, "Yes, you did. You did." And so it's like, sometimes y'all can be so critical of yourself, and I'm sitting there like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you did amazing." So I don't know why, you're worried because and I have this bad habit on set. When you guys are doing great, sometimes I won't say anything because I don't want to shake you from your performance, but then you're looking back at me like, is it good?
Yeah.
Is it good?
A-
Whatever.
actors, we need affirmation. We
Yeah,
sensitive.
Absolutely.
Actors need affirmation.
I'm
But
realizing it's like I don't want to break you out your
yeah,
character, so I'm just letting you,
yeah.
have it. But no, you guys did
That's that's
so.
definitely one. That's definitely one thing I know I've gotten out of my head with when it comes to like being on set with a lot of stuff. Like when I'm running lines and things like that and doing the scene, if I do the scene or I change up something in the scene and the director's like, all right, good, moving on, or just moving on, and not giving me like no great feedback, I'm like, it must have been good if
Said
we keeping
great
it.
feedback. And not
Like,
no feedback, great feedback.
but like, or like just feedback. But it's like you don't have to give me like you don't have to give me no feedback unless you say we doing it again. I'm like, okay, is it something you want to see differently? But I can get no feedback, and I'm essentially fine with it now. It's like unless you come in like, okay, we need to work on this or do that. Like no feedback sometimes is good for me because like, all right, you must have liked it since we moving on.
Yeah, and like because I'm looking at you, I'm looking at everything else that's going on. I'm like, man, in my head, sometimes I feel like I'm praising y'all, but I will start, trying to verbalize that a lot more, letting people know like you're doing an amazing job. But for me, the fact that we're moving on, exactly
Yeah,
like you
that's
said,
yeah,
that means that like you like killed it.
yeah.
Like it was so good that I have no notes.
It's almost like it's almost like in reverse. So like when you're auditioning, no news is not good news. So like you do audition, you send it in, you don't hear nothing back. Well, that's obviously
Yep.
not good news. But if
Right.
you're on set and you're doing the scene and then they don't say nothing to you and just move on, well, that's good news because they obviously liked it. So we moving on. That's why we moving on. You know?
I got to piggyback on that because I am definitely guilty of that. I think it's one of those things where, again, you want to make sure the director's happy. You know what I mean? You're
Mm-hmm.
like,
Any
and
notes?
it's like any notes, anything changed, whatever. And it's funny because like again, like and we've we've all done like multi-million-dollar productions and they will not say nothing like
Nope.
and it's almost one of those things you better not even ask the director because again I've had times when I did and they literally like listen, you're here because for a reason, you see what I'm saying, you do your job. If I don't like it, I'll say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
basically.
and yeah, you
If
know
I
what I
didn't
mean.
like it,
So
I'd have told you. So
I'd have said something. I'd absolutely said something. But again, I think it's also because when in a situation like this, when we're a tighter knit group, when we're more of a team, you feel like okay, hey, you know what I mean, you know, friend, let me know. It's like
mhm.
a tighter thing. Let's talk about it. Let's let whatever. And honestly, to keep it 100, there's also a for me, not speaking for nobody else. There's also a narcissistic side that's
Oh,
like that wants to hear. No, I'm just keeping it 100. That wants to hear that praise. It's like oh that was really good. Oh thank you thank you. So
Affirmations.
look,
yeah.
no,
So.
when working with Lion, give him the head pat. Got it. Make it feel good. But no, I understand. Everybody is like, everybody's completely different, and like that's okay. But meanwhile, in my head, I was so proud. I was like just proud of every moment while it was happening, but also staying in director and EP mode. Like, okay, let's keep it moving, let's keep it going, let's get through this. Let's not slow down the momentum by
Hmm.
having those quick moments and conversations. I'm like, all right, moving on, let's go, let's get this done. And but also the next scene and setup is also in my head too. So like I have so much in my head in the moment, but I will start taking the extra moment because heard and say, you doing, it's good. But also sometimes if you give me the look, then I know you need something. So,
Hmm.
like I know you need a little more like that because Lion did give me a look a few times. Like, no, you good. Let's go. It was great.
I did it on both movies actually. I know for a fact I did it on both movies. Yeah.
Yes. But no,
Absolutely. And also at AFM, we operate things on a different scale. So you see that there's a production page about AFM production, but also AFM studios as well. So our premise is to operate on a larger scale. So, even like actually having the actual stunt days, not you coming and trying to figure it out. You don't see a lot of indie projects doing that.
Not at all.
Just like when it
You don't see
comes
full
to
scale projects sometimes having those rehearsal days that
yeah,
they need to have.
right.
That they need
exactly.
to
A lot
have.
of times, yeah, sometimes people in this indie world, they have this idea that, this is a small budget project. We're going to do things with a small mindset. No, I still need to see professional headshots. I still need to see auditions that's going to blow me away. I still
Yeah.
need to see that certain things are handled with certain protocol. Like as you can see, I'm very big on the communication, and making sure that I send out these emails to keep you guys informed. So in these larger projects, you don't always see, well, very rarely do you see that there's any access to the director themselves. There's always like a chain of command, and things are done a certain way. Just like when you send in an audition, like Ramon was saying, you're not going to hear about it right away. I don't know if that was Ramon or if that was Lion.
Yeah, that was
But you
me.
may
No,
not have.
Levon.
Yeah, you're not going to hear about it right away, but it's expected. Like, okay, I may not have got it, or the production got us been pushed back.
You don't hear
Um,
about it at all. Like you
at
don't hear
all.
nothing unless you get a veil
I'm
check or you get pinned. You don't hear nothing.
exactly,
They don't let
exactly,
you
and a
know they
lot of
moved on or changed. They don't let you know nothing.
yep. That's why I can always tell when an actor is really green. When they'll get in their feelings, like, oh, I sent in an audition, I didn't hear anything. AFM
That's right.
operates on
You're
a
not gonna hear
standard
nothing. Get
studio.
used to it.
You're not. That's the business. That
Get
is the
used
Yeah.
to
business.
it.
That's why you have to understand the fundamentals about the profession, not just wanting to be on screen, but you have to understand the business aspect of it. And when it comes to set etiquette and things and how things are done. So
Yeah, and it's hard. Like a lot of people see me online, so they feel like that's their in when they don't even know me to start, you know, oh, she's accessible, start talking to me, and you will sit in the ether of my inbox. Because I don't know you, and that's not how you build that's not how you network and how you build, going
relationships
straight to the director thinking that that's how you're gonna get put in a film. That's just not, not how that works. And if anything, that puts you in the forefront of my mind, that if you can't even follow protocol and you're not on set, how will you be on set? So it's like eliminating the problem before it gets started sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, after you work with me, we could laugh and joke in the inbox all day long.
Right.
Yeah, but don't get up in there thinking that just because you work with me, I'm locked in, I got this, I'm gonna be in the next one and I don't have to,
audition,
prove myself. The only time you don't have to audition is when I come straight to you, but I'm gonna come to you and be like, I need you to audition for this.
See what you're gonna do with what I give you, right?
Yeah. So there's that. But I mean, there are a lot of people that were a part of Donors, actually, that because they didn't get asked to be a part of Rogue, they got in their feelings. I'm like, Rogue is a heavy actor stunt production. I needed people. If you couldn't pull off the stunts, you couldn't be part of the project. So when we were doing the casting for this, we were going all through people's social media and stuff, looking for their stunt reels, anything to show us that you can pull this off. We physicality, but we needed to see, can you do this other side of it as well? Because
the funny thing with stunts is everybody thinks they can do it one time, but it's when you're on that second, third, and fifth take, and it's like look, you're not actually having to hit this person. It's about safety too, because they thinking we just wailing and no, you hit that actor in the mouth, you done busted their eye, you done blooded their nose, you done knocked a tooth out. Yeah. No, this is it's a certain skill set to it. It's not just oh man, I could throw down too. Okay, that's great, but we're not fighting for real. Everybody can fall one time, but once again, it's when you fall for the fifth time, the sixth time. Can you keep on doing it safely?
And then that, I try my best not to burn y'all out on that too, even though we had a stunt coordinator for that. I had to, even with him, when I'm looking at your guys' stamina and your output, I had to cut back on, we're not gonna, me particularly, I don't like a bunch of quick cuts because it also pulls you out the moment of doing it. I like to, go through the whole thing, which is why I have multiple cameras. That can be exhausting to get through one take.
The one is exhausting.
26 times. Your take was 26 times because it was cut into so many sections. It was 26 times. And it was 26 times. That was just per action. Sometimes it was 3 times in that one section to get that right. So, and by the time we're down, I'm like, no. And it's not me not wanting the film to be good. I start looking at your safety. At that point, you're tired, how your body is wearing down, you're no longer giving the output that's needed to pull it off because you wore out. How many times you gonna get flipped?
Yeah, especially when you fat. Jeez, I mean, but I can't get past how chunky I was filming that. Moving on, but just to go back to your first point,
you got good. Yeah, you got a nice film. Yeah.
Just to go back to your first point, what you were saying, the thing about it is just because you're in this project and, you're doing good, whatever, that doesn't mean you fit for the next project. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's true. You talk about Donors, okay, everybody in that was picked because, hey, you look like you could be a vampire. You see what I'm saying? In Rogue, there was no vampires in Rogue. You know what I mean? So, each individual project is a individual selection for each project. Do you fit? You know what I mean? It's not on the buddy system.
Right. We have a comment coming up. It says from Michelle Jones, great movie. I love the fact that Rogue remembered what her dad taught her. I do too. Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you.
I
Yeah. Uh,
I love that I saw him in Fight Night getting beat up. Getting I was like, what happened to all the training you did with Rogue?
I got beat up in Fight Night.
yeah, Bruce
Yeah.
was Bruce was a very, very fun guy to work with. And it was so funny because at first when I saw, his headshot and everything, I'm like, to be the daddy? I was like, maybe in the flashbacks, but I don't know. But then I saw his audition. I was like, oh, that's the daddy. That's
That's the that.
that like his audition is like he gave what the dad needed to give. And that was like, dang, yeah, he did a great job with that, with being the dad on that. And Bruce has this way about him, like when he was in the scenes with Phaedra, he's like coaching and talking like through the scenes. There's one part like when they're running through the woods, he was still talking to her through the wood. I mean, Bruce was running like he was training for a dang marathon through the woods, though. I'm not gonna lie. I on action, that man was, we were like, can you slow it down some? like he was moving, but he was like, come on, go, jump here, do this, like the whole entire time through it. And when they were in the gym, it was like the same thing. And it just comes to him like naturally, like, okay, come on, baby girl, like do that. It's like he really embodied being her dad and really showing her through the motions. And it was more than just like, I think the character, I just think that was in him as well, because when we did the stunt training, he was like the same way.
Mm.
Absolutely.
So I think that
Absolutely.
was definitely part of him, and he did an outstanding job with the difficult subject of him being in the nursing home. So that, yeah, shout out
Agreed.
to Bruce. Yeah, shout out to
Agreed.
Bruce for that.
And then
It
and the
was
great thing about that is oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh no, you good. You good, go ahead.
I think it's actually better to have in that sense, a younger person transform into an older person anyway, because it's. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen the Al Pacino movie where they was trying to make him look younger, but he still was moving around like an old ass man. Um, so I honestly think that he was actually perfect for it, and man, in all aspects, and you can tell that he's that actually type of person in real life too. Good guy. And I just got to throw in there because a lot of y'all don't know, when we came to her secret obsession, while was I outside of the building, I saw this bald head guy with a beard, and I
Oh,
thought it was him. And I was outside talking to this dude for like 10-15 minutes, thinking that was him. And then he had a listen. It wasn't until this guy had a little feminism to him a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, is you an actor?" And the dude was like, "No." And I was like, "God damn it!" And I think I showed to
he was so happy to have that moment with you. That was hilarious. Dude was just look, he was just passing by.
Just passing by.
But listen, I showed what
Upset at all. It was hilarious.
I think I showed y'all the picture of him. The dude looked like him, like
Yeah, he did
I,
look like he had a doppelganger out there.
right. I was like, God damn it, I've been out here talking to this man for like 10-15 minutes. He ain't even the person, and he was just as happy.
I'm on set. I'm in a movie.
This is an actor. It's an extra actor. Mm.
Man. Yeah, I was definitely the same when it came to Bruce, because we got so many submissions for Rogue, so we had to go through all the different auditions that came through. And when I say every single person blew me away as coming from an actor and coming as a trained actor and then having my theater background and all those different aspects of it. My level of expectations is definitely on a different tier when it comes to, producer, and when I'm going through castings and things like that. Every single person. Rabone killed it, Lion killed it, Bruce killed it. Because when I first seen that, Bruce was so young, I was like, it's gonna be a tough sell. Then after I seen the audition tape, I said, oh yeah, I said we got to figure it out. I said whether it's going to be some, the makeup artist going to have to age him up or something. But I was extremely pleased that everybody comes with an amazing skill set, and then
Yeah.
seeing what our characters are doing after. You see Rabone popping up on Nemesis and all that.
Mhm.
So
Oh, hold up. Ramon, that walkthrough on Nemesis, you could
a
it gave me that steady. Are you
Are
ready?
you ready? I think that like when the
The
show was
belly.
first coming out, I used that song on like the promotional video. They had like the two guns pointing at each other. I put that song as the back because I'm like,
Oh
that's what it felt
yeah.
like.
a
That's
No,
what it felt like. Yeah,
I was screaming when I said, like, we know you were covered up, whatever. You couldn't see you,
yeah.
but it's
Had my
like,
diamond mask on because I was stunt doubling for
but
that one.
here's the thing: when you start knowing people, you know their walk and their movement,
yep,
so I could
yep.
clearly tell which one was you. So yeah, no, but it was good, and like, I mean, like, I love the fact like y'all stay booking. I love it. Charles was on. Shit, he had a good elevator fight scene
Oh
on
That was
yeah,
on
he
Will Trent.
definitely did.
Will
Yeah,
Trent.
Will
On
Trent, he
Will
killed
Trent,
it.
yeah.
He
That
killed
fight
it.
scene
hmm
was really good in that tight,
The tight
confined
space, yeah.
space. Yeah. No, you
And
guys
that's
are.
another good guy too. I mean, don't get it twisted. I love everybody on the crew, but Charles is another real good guy to work with. Like just super down to earth, fun, and humble guy.
No, absolutely. Oh, one thing, yeah, Ramon and Charles, the way you guys were staying behind to help with the other stunts when it
Yeah,
wasn't your turn. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I
yeah.
mean,
That
yeah,
was, I mean, not just staying there watching. You guys were in it.
yeah.
Like, okay, we need to pull these ropes. We need to do, this other stuff. I really like that speaks volume to your character.
hmm
Like,
I mean,
no,
because
that's
like the whole thing is like it's really like making films and making this art is really like it's a group project. It's a collaborative thing, and then you have that camaraderie in acting, and you definitely have that camaraderie in stunts. It reminds me of the military myself. It's like that camaraderie. You help each other out. You see that this is gonna be some physical stuff here. Your coordinator, your director is gonna need some help. Like just help out. Just
I'm,
be a
I
part of
mean,
the
at the
art.
end of the day, the more successful the movie is, the more successful everybody is. I mean, so
Exactly.
you want it to be the best you possibly can be. You know what I mean? And again, that's what I have to say. I in that sense, especially, and I know where I was wrong is because in the beginning, I have. Again, if I'm on a project, it instantly becomes my baby too, and sometimes I have to dial that back, what I mean, especially in a beginning setting. But yeah, the success of the movie also depends on the success of you. So you gotta if you just half-assing it and coming into a movie that you in, I don't even want you in the movie.
Or you just only in it for yourself. You just only in it for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
bleeds across, and you can absolutely see it. Like, who's just there? Let me get my check and go. You can absolutely tell. You can
hmm
tell, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when it comes to this on the producing side about it, like Tobias and I talk about it all the time. Like, if you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. But we're not gonna continue to bring you back or look at you for other projects either, because you can tell as actors you have to be willing in this day and age. You also have to be willing to promote. If the production
Yes.
makes a post and you can't even like the post or share the post of a project that you're in, but
hmm
then you're talking about, hey, I can't wait till we work together again. Well, I can't tell.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't tell.
We're
You're
not
not bringing any value.
I'm gonna play
Yep.
the trailer again for some people that have just joined who may not have watched Rogue yet. I'm gonna play the trailer for them again so they can see some of y'all in y'all particular set of skills.
Go out, eat good, have a good conversation. Let someone be nice to you without assuming there's a trap behind it. If he's a player, you'll figure it out. And if he is, then he just becomes a funny story, and not a wound.
So, I'd like to see you again. I'd like to take you out somewhere nicer next time.
Next.
You never leave your enemy alive.
Hey, I ain't scared.
A lot of over the shoulder throws.
Yes, that right there. Like when I wrote the script for Rogue, I wrote it exactly how I could visualize the actual fights happening because I was in the military. I had to do a lot of combatives. I wrote it in a way, and also like I've practiced martial arts and stuff like that too, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but I've just at a certain age that I just can't do all that mess no more. I can't do that mess no more.
But that's one thing I did like too when I was reading the script, like reading the action, like when it came to like the choreo, you already had it like laid out how you want it. And of course the coordinator will come in and performers, it can get switched up and moved due to say a performer's abilities and things like that. But I really liked the way you had it just written out, because I've gone on to productions. I've even been a stunt coordinator on like a full scale production where it's like, it just says, okay, they fight. And then I have to create everything. It may be certain beats that I have to hit, like they fight and the gun fell over here, or they get hit with a drink, but it's just like basically they fight.
Right.
Okay. But you wasn't like that. You wasn't like they fight. You was like, all right, she hit him with a knee, she catches this and all that. Yeah.
Because I had to visualize, like I had to be her going through it, the moves, and literally like, you know, like I said, I wrote it in the car driving, but like once I got home and was actually putting it in and I was going through the movements, I'm like in my room doing all this, trying to make sure that it looks right to me to put it on paper, because what I didn't want is someone coming in thinking they can coordinate and it could just be what they want to be, because I wanted it to look real for the abilities of a woman who served in the military. That's what I wanted. That's how I wanted to be. It's not a superhero film.
Yeah, no. I've seen that.
It's
I've seen that too many times myself on projects where a stunt coordinator can go in with like, look, they have all this cool choreo they want to do. They're over here doing all this John Wick extraction, you know, Matrix stuff. But it's like, we on Law and Order, okay?
exactly.
Like we don't need all that. Ain't no hurricane kicks. Ain't no hurricane kicks when you wearing 40 pounds worth of gacked out gear.
Not even that. The ones that I hate is when you got somebody that's half my size and they supposed to be picking me up in the air, twirling me around.
Exactly.
And I'm like, come on.
Exactly. Like the fight, it needs to be realistic. So like, cause that's always another thing too, in certain action things. Like, you know, I'm all for a strong woman character, but sometimes it just be absurd when you got this like 100-pound woman soaking wet, 5 foot nothing, and she tossing around this 6'7", almost 300-pound tactically trained guy too. It's like, come on now, does she have superpowers? Like, what are we doing here? Like, the only way she gonna get him is if she catch him by surprise. She got a weapon and he don't have a weapon. You know, you knocked them knees out. She done stabbed him somewhere. She hopped like you have to make it look like that. Like the action has to serve the character in the world that you're in. And sometimes coordinators and stunt performers in general too, they can get too caught up with like, look, I want all this cool stuff, but it's like, look, man, this is General Hospital. I don't need all that. I just need you to fall. Like,
it's what the director is trying to achieve, like with it. That's why, like the throws and stuff like that, it was like, no, you're gonna have to go down to the ground in order to flip, because you're using your body.
Yeah, the leverage of it.
Yeah, you're using your body weight to fling and to go. And I know for me being in the military, I know that I had to, in combatives, I had to fight dudes that were up to, because they were so tall and so big, up to 220, 240 pounds. Like, I was getting my butt whooped, but I was getting me some jab. I was
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, is like uh
yeah,
uh even in martial arts, like even a lot of times, like, a lot of us on here have done Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and a lot of times when you showing moves, when you're doing it, one thing about it is usually they show you what they feel like you can do, especially, not to mention, that's why it's weight classes, right? But even when you're in class or whatever like that, as a person, as a fighter, you know what you're good at and you know what you're not good at, and you know what works and what doesn't work. So a lot of times, what I mean, that's why those individual fight scenes need to be like tailored to that
Yep.
person.
Yeah. Exactly.
exactly. Shout out to Sergeant Manley for the few times I had to whoop your ass. But he also helped me with on the side with some training with Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he was a really big guy, and he just kept saying everybody is going to underestimate me. So like he was making me like fight him and fight other big dudes. I'm not talking about when we had our regular Tuesdays combatives. I'm talking about on the outside when we were training that. And then like for Tobias, when ooh, okay, spoiler alert right here. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. But I'll just with the fights that ended up on the ground. I wanted that shrimp action, in there. Like
You got a shrimp.
You got a shrimp. you got a shrimp. You gotta get
Create
out of
that
it. Has to
distance
be a
and
reason
everything.
for you to get on the. You're not gonna get to the rear if you're not shrimping. Not as a woman. You're gonna have to. Yeah, I didn't want it to be. I don't know how to explain it, but to me,
I mean,
it's
you wanted to make sense. Like you have to do certain things. Like if you're a smaller person fighting that bigger person, what are some of the advantages that you have over them? Another little spoiler scene. I don't know if you mind me kind of saying one of the particular fights or how something kind of went down.
because like at this
So
point, go watch the movie. Go watch Donors. I mean,
yeah,
I said Donors. Go watch
yeah,
Donors.
watch
Roll
Donors too.
right now. Yes.
But no, it's this one part where she's fighting Charles, and like Charles is like kind of is manhandling. He's slamming her around, this and that. But it makes sense. At one point, she reaches out and she gets a rock in her hand, and
Yes.
he bashes him across the face. So it's like, I don't care how big you are, you getting a rock, a rock the size of your fist or bigger across your temple. That's gonna daze anybody.
Yeah.
So it's like that shows in the story how she gonna beat him. It's like, well, she took a rock to his head. That's how. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell, if I'm losing, I'm gonna take a rock to somebody's head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something, and I wanted something that would be realistic to the woods.
Yeah.
Like a lot of movies, it's like, how did this random gun show up here?
Yeah.
Everything in it, even with her getting the weapons, she had to earn that weapon. It wasn't she just ran across and the weapon was there.
Yeah, no, she took it from someone else.
Yeah, she had to earn it like that, and that's what I wanted to stick to as well. Not just she just happened to come across this. She had to get that get back in order to move on to the next one. I feel like like sometimes when you're playing a video game, that's why I looked at each of your characters in this. Each of you were different levels with different set of skills for fighting until you got to the final boss. That's what I was looking at when I put it together as well. And I didn't want every single fight to be the exact same.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that everybody was kind of locked in with that too, because like Ramon was like, "Man, where the hell you get the apple from?" So that was hilarious too, because Charles came in. That apple was a paid actor.
Yeah,
it was.
pretty much. And the fact that that's now her nourishment. Like,
a little
like
bit
that.
of sugar, keep it moving. Keep this and go.
To keep going, yeah.
I mean, and it put a great period on the end of the fight. Period. I mean,
she refused to drink the water from like the lake. So she was like, You know,
It
so
was
then being able to utilize that, the irony of it was
the
golden. I
callback
like
was
how
beautiful.
she thought to pull that in.
Yeah, but then when she needed the water, she got it from Ramon.
Yeah, she
Yep.
she used my container.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so
Yep.
that was yeah. So
Um,
it's the stuff like that that makes it
What is
realistic. Because I
that?
hate
Oh,
movies where they drinking water out of a stream, and I'm like, you gonna die.
yeah, yeah. You gonna get dysentery. You gonna get some
I love a
dysentery.
movie that I can learn something at the same time. But question: what and where? Who implemented the? And you would have to see the movie to know this part. But who implemented when she was fighting the last fight? Um, she did when a person grabbed her ankle, she took her foot and went around his wrist to push it away. Who implemented that?
That
'Cause that
was
was
no, that was actually already written in the script, but
There probably was, yeah.
that was
Luis
great.
Luis perfected it. Him and Tony, they kind of perfected it, but it was in the script. That literally was written in the script for how
That
he
was great.
grabbed her, for her to move her ankle, move her leg and get it out. Like I said, I walked through all of this, every scene, like practicing it to put it on paper before it
Yeah.
got to them. Like every movement. I was not playing. Like if you go back and you look at the script, you'll see it. Like
Yeah.
I loved it because I mean the funny thing is like in martial arts, you learn that with your hands. You see what I'm saying? And to see someone do it with their foot, which I have never seen before, I love that part. I loved it.
no, yeah, but for women, we have to fight. Like you can have the same style, but it's not gonna work. Like if you
Yeah.
and I are fighting the same person, I can't fight him the same way that you could fight him. So
Mhm.
Exactly.
I have to use
Exactly.
like different stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I think in that choreo, I think I remember like in the rehearsals or something too, where after she does like I like the way the character grabs her, pulls her in on her ankle, she kind of clears it with her foot, but with that person's positioning and with her positioning, the next best thing for her to do, and you wrote it in there, I believe, was like kick him in his kneecap, or like go for that
Yeah.
knee, like push that back because it's gonna
Mhm.
break once again. Big guy, I don't care how big you are, you get your kneecaps pushed in, or you get that
Well,
knee,
actually,
you going
the
down.
bigger you are, the more effective it is. Actually.
Exactly. You start
Mhm.
chopping that person down, like, okay, boom, now they didn't drop down to your sides,
No,
Mhm.
and now
exactly.
they're getting slower on their movement. They may still be physically stronger than you, like, but at least you're starting to chop them down.
Listen, you kick me in my kneecaps, I already quit. Like I'm like,
He's like, I'm done. I'm done.
But that's like one of the first things that I learned, like from my brothers teaching me, from the military,
Mhm.
and from me practicing Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's one of the things that was central across everything. Everybody is bigger than me. How can I take
Chop
them
them
down?
down. Chop them
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
down.
that's literally what it is. So that's why it was up in there. And I'm not trying to take credit from nobody else that came in after the fact, but this stuff was written in the script.
No, yeah,
Like
no.
that.
Like I said, you had the fight scenes written out nicely. Like the fights, it was so it makes it easier for a fight coordinator or for a stunt coordinator to already come in and just really try to apply it. And at that point, it's really just seeing, okay, can the actors actually do some of this physical movement? Because sometimes the actors can't do what you may have written, and then we got to change some stuff. It's
Yeah,
like, okay, well, that doesn't quite work out for their movement, their body type. Let's just change it
Well,
to this, but it still keeps the
that
same
that goes
essence.
back to casting. That's the whole
Mhm.
reason,
yeah,
you gotta do such thorough casting.
Yeah.
that's why the casting part, like you guys were amazing, and you had that extra skill to pull it off, and that's what the biggest made the biggest difference. Like we had some outstanding actors, but can they be outstanding and also pull this off? Because
Yeah.
it was
Can you walk and talk at the same time?
yeah,
Like,
it was a lot. Like because we weren't about to stop and all right, your stunt double come in. I wanted it to truly be
what no
this,
stunt doubles?
but this is like my love letter
Yeah.
to stunt people, because
Yeah.
I worked on the stunt side as well. So like that was my it's my love letter to the stunt world.
Thank you, thank
And I know some stunt people will look at it like, I would have did it different. I would have did this. I would
Of
have did
course,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
But
you're
you're
gonna
not.
get that with every single thing you
Yeah,
do.
you're gonna get that with everything.
Yeah, but they're also not looking at it from a trained military woman who wrote it point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that you are going to have some people that if you're a fighter, you're going to respect and like the fact that those fight scenes were done the same way, because as a person that fought themselves, and everybody on here that's fought, I'm sure we've looked at movies and picked it apart so many times, and
I
the
do that
fight
all the time.
stuff all the time. So again, when you see something that you see is realistic or makes sense, you appreciate it. So yeah. There's going to be a lot of people, more people that appreciate it than you think.
No,
Mhm.
I'm like, look, I'm all for it. I speak, I listen to the more positive than I do the negative. But I'm just saying, because some people just talk just to talk. Even if they like something, they
Yeah.
still gotta find something to say. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not worried about them folks. I have super thick skin, so it's not bothering me. I'm just saying this is the reason why I did it this way, because I was looking at what can I physically do if I had to fight y'all. That's
Yeah.
literally what it was. It was me fighting y'all.
Mhm.
And it does, and again, even it even adds to it when you see somebody as physically fit as Phaedra, you don't question it either at that point, because you're
Yeah.
like,
She is in shape. Yes.
see,
Mhm.
right, and it's
She took it seriously. She took the training
yeah,
seriously.
it was nothing that was in that movie that you're like bullshit. Like, no, you see this chick? Yeah, I absolutely believe that she
I
can
believe
pull
she
that
can do it.
off.
Believe she can do it.
Strong face.
With that strong
Strong
face.
ass face.
Phaedra, I love you.
Yeah. So we love her. And it was like the training with her dad, that was the whole point of her showing that she can do this stuff, and showing her having to go through the training to be able to do it. That's why her daddy was slamming her around so much. That's like,
And just for the record, this is such a sidebar, but I really like your dad. In real life. Like, I like that. I like the moment I met him, I was like, I like this guy.
oh yes, my daddy. Shout out to Mr. G. Yes, that man. Yeah, his little surprise at the end. He was so touched by that. Yeah, right before the credits. My credit to my daddy.
That man showed up with his veteran hat on and everything. He had to step up and
Nice.
get a picture of his baby. He's like, hold on, wait a minute. Let me get this picture real quick. Let me step and get this picture.
Yes, no.
Your mom's cool too. I don't want no beef. Yeah, your mom is awesome too. I don't want no
Oh,
beef.
that's the original rogue right there.
Original role.
OG Rogue.
Yup. All day long.
With her little self. Well, I'm going to get ready to wind us down, but I wanted to give the three of you an opportunity to say whatever it is you want to say about Rogue, or what you just want people to know in general, and let them know where they can find you to follow you.
Cool. Well, I mean, I definitely just want people to go and watch it. Go watch it on Tubi. Even if you're not necessarily watching it at the moment, just put it on in the background, let them numbers run up while you're doing laundry or doing whatever. It was a great time working with some good people, a nice collaborative project. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram, just Rabone II on Instagram. RABONII on Instagram.
Just want to say, hey, I had a great time on it. I do want to let everyone know that's not who I really am. If you want the smoke, come find me. I'm not hard to find. I glow in the dark. So,
Light bright.
but no, just watch it, enjoy it. We had a great time, and please, go on IMDb, leave a comment. If you thought it was less than 9 stars, don't put nothing.
Actually, let them put their stars, because My thing is let people put what they want to think, because
Good, bad, and different, like you said
good,
earlier.
bad, and different, it all matters. And then the thing is, if the funny thing is, if too many people like put uh 10 stars on it, uh
It's not gonna be realistic.
don't, yeah, IMDb will start stunting those. They'll think it's being spammed or whatever, because
Oh,
heaven forbid you actually truly like a
like
movie all the way. But yeah, you know, 8, 8, 9, 10 is fine. If you feel like it's lower, that's fine too. Somebody put a 1 star on it. I don't.
Hey, at least you put a star and you rated. You took the time.
You
You took the time.
you watched it, but you know, look, I mean, maybe that person, you know, some people, they don't be paying attention what they click on anyway. So it may have been an accident, it may not have been an accident, but
dude, that
hey,
probably was my ex trying to get back at me. You know.
hey, I'm telling, but you know, for the most part, people are loving it. They're talking about it in the film groups. I mean, not film groups, in the Tubi watch groups. Like, people are really talking about it. They're enjoying it. They're enjoying y'all characters. So that's speaking more volumes, because they're not people attached to the film in any way. So there's that. All right, Tobias is on you.
Absolutely, the numbers don't lie. So you'll have times where you may post something you're not necessarily seeing the likes, but the views are there. As soon as we posted that Rogue was streaming, I say within a couple of hours it was surpassed like 13, 14,000 views.
We're
Oh
over
So
wow.
the
we're
the
over
the
20,000
numbers,
now for on
yeah,
that post. Yeah, it's like 23,000. Yeah, just
the
for that.
Mm.
numbers, yeah, the numbers are definitely there. For one, as an actor, love the opportunity to see everybody bring this production to life. I love tapping in. I love these roles where as the antagonist, because it's so opposite of who I am as a person. So I love being able to kind of go into my other side, because I tell people all the time, like, don't let this shirt and tie fool you. That Brooklyn
Yeah.
is definitely there. But it's nice to see you have a vision, you write it down on paper, and to be able to really see it come together. Everybody was locked in and committed to it. To our lead, Phaedra, I mean, she's already someone that's in shape, and she takes her stunts and acting
Working out
seriously.
seriously.
But
Yeah.
after she was cast for this, like, she put that on grind mode. You seen
She
her
really
going
locked
in
in.
extra hard, locking in for this project. So everybody brought their A game. I'm extremely proud of everybody. Make sure that you go and watch Rogue, as we said. Leave those reviews, share it with your friends, even if you're not able to sit down and watch it. Just let it play.
Play. Yes.
Definitely, let's run these numbers up. And of course, you can catch me on all streaming platforms. Actor Tobias Amon Films. So, but yeah, we will definitely be back with AFM. We keep this train going. So, thank you again for everybody watching and support. To my cast, Rabone, Lion. Definitely was a good time on set with everybody, but I'm glad everybody came and was committed to making this happen.
Yeah. Somebody
Phaedra,
commented.
I don't think that you got a strong face, Phaedra. I think you're pretty.
It is gorgeous. And somebody in the film group said about to watch it now. Be back for a comment. Yes, there's that. And once again, I am Omega Keys, the executive producer, the director, the writer, the slash 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 for Rogue. I thank everybody who watches joining us, who will view it later. Make sure you watch Rogue. Feel free to comment. You can, it's you'll find me wherever it's just streaming. That's where I am. So
Hmm.
We're gonna
just
wear all them hats. We're gonna start calling you the Mad Hatter.
Man,
yeah, make sure you watch. Make sure you share it. Talk about it. This is how indie films continue making films. People say all the time they want different films from Black people. This is one of them.
hmm.
Like, it's a majority Black cast. Behind the scenes is Black. That's, a lot of times when I have walked on some of those bigger sets, even though it's a Black movie, the crew wasn't Black.
Yeah. No.
So from the top down, we're very diverse, and we made it happen. I just want to thank everybody. Thank my cast, my crew. Love y'all all. Thank you, Ramon, Lion, and Tobias for rocking it out with me.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
me and Omega together, we equal of one full black person. We-
Don't do us, don't do us. But you see, my parents, they black, they black.
Look, I still can't stop with taking after the table scene where Romita was like, I'm Latina. I am Latina.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm Latina, a blonde Latina.
right. Hey, look, she said, look, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
her
Look,
character, her
Terry,
character was white.
look, Terry will get you too. Talking about I'm Mexican. So no,
I am whatever they need that day. That's what I
look,
am.
and look,
Racially ambiguous.
actor, you are that. Yes. Yeah, you are that. So I want to thank y'all so much. You can preview the recaps. Please share the recaps of this. They'll still be up on Facebook and YouTube. I think Instagram deletes once the live is gone up off of there, but I will chop up some clips and post them as well. So thank y'all so much. Until next time, we'll absolutely be working together again. So I will see you soon.
All right.
From the king of the light skin. We appreciate
Lord.
it.